Now we send you across the country to Eugene. Number 3, Oregon. Number 12, UCLA. With the call, Brent Musburger.
So we welcome you to Eugene, Oregon, the Pac-12 showdown. The unbeaten Ducks, just to quickly get you up to date. They turned it over on their first possession. They won the coin toss. They didn't defer, they won the ball, but they turned it over. And now the Bruins with a 3rd and 1. UCLA threatening. They have crossed the 10-yard line. This is a 3rd and 1. UCLA's opening series of the game. Perkins at running back has the first down and breaks close to the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for UCLA.
Well, there's nothing better than when nobody gives you a chance to get a big turnover, get great field position, and you have 3 true freshmen starting on your offensive line. Right now, Noel Mazzoni doing a very good job as a play caller, mixing up the formations, the run with the pass, doing everything he can to help out Hundley and that young offensive line, and still being in attack mode as an offense.
Redmond and Beninoff, 2 freshmen on the right side. Perkins cuts back, so it'll be 2nd and goal at about the 4-yard line. Paul Perkins, a redshirt freshman out of Arizona. He drew the starting spot. He's number 1. Jordan James not playing because of an injury.
You can see their red zone issues the last couple games. They've been down here and just have not had an opportunity to get the ball into the end zone.
2nd down and goal. Perkins and Hundley kept it. A fake, and a quarterback takes it in for the first touchdown of the night. Pay dirt for Hundley.
Zone read twice here. Now, they've not been able to run the football effectively the last couple weeks. That's twice now. The outside linebacker has collapsed down, and the quarterback, both times, Hundley has read it perfectly and picked up big yards. How about the Bruins coming in here and taking a crowd out of the game? They get the turnover, they execute, and they turn it into a touchdown for a 7-0 lead.
Jim Moore's young Bruins. They have played 18 freshmen this year. Brett Hundley, the redshirt sophomore out of Chandler, Arizona, keeps it off a beautiful fake and scores the first 6.
I know.
Whoa. Easy, guys. Battle's over. We got our PlayStation 4s a while ago, got here early. There were like at least 1 million robots.
We won, by the way.
That's Dave. He's a crazy man. You should have been there.
Play the future first. Grab a Taco Bell $5 box, and you could win a PlayStation 4 before it's released.
Where are you guys from?
The meeting's starting now, guys.
AT&T knows you don't want anything to come between you and your new iPhone. That's why we're offering AT&T Next at 0 down on all new iPhones.
Humans. Even when we cross our T's and dot our I's, we still run into problems. Namely, other humans. Which is why at Liberty Mutual Insurance, auto policies come with new car replacement and accident forgiveness if you qualify. See what else comes standard at libertymutual.com. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy?
Precision. At LensCrafters, we call it AccuFit, a digital scanning system 5 times more precise, helping you see perfectly. AccuFit. Only at LensCrafters.
Welcome back to ESPN's College Football Prime Time, presented by Hampton Hotels. UCLA strikes first after an Oregon turnover. 7-0 Bruins. And they switch to the left-footed kickoff man, Sean Covington. Huff had moved over. He'll bring it out. And he's blasted out of bounds short of the 20-yard line. So welcome, everybody, to Kirk Street. I'm Brent Musburger. Heather Cox is here with us in Eugene. Thanks for dropping by here tonight. And Herbie, you put your finger on it. It's so great to see an underdog strike first against a heavily favored Oregon team. A lot of eyeballs now watching.
No doubt, no doubt. And I was on the field before the game, and the UCLA players and coaches almost just had a, hey, what the heck? We've got 3 true freshmen. Nobody's given us much of a chance. We like our chances. We're confident. We're a young team. Got a great quarterback to be able to play well on the road, and they caught a break early to get themselves to believe that they can pull off this upset.
So they come back, and DeAnthony Thomas, who's playing tonight. And let's check in for more with Heather Cox. Heather?
Well, guys, tonight does mark that long-awaited return. You hear the roar for DeAnthony Thomas. Hadn't played and hadn't carried the ball until that last play since spraining his ankle 4 weeks ago. Now, interestingly, he was cleared medically to play the last few weeks, but said he wasn't comfortable going until he was 100%. Now, Coach Helfrich said he doubts he'll use Thomas on kickoff returns, but Thomas did say he's pain-free. And guys, if his speed and ability to cut in the practice films I saw and in that last play is any indication, watch out. Thomas is ready to go.
Yeah, indeed, Heather. Farrell Brown with a false start, one of the tight ends for Oregon. Thomas still in as the running back. And Mariota stands tall, has plenty of time, and strikes on the completion that time. And out across the 30-yard line to Josh Huff. Let's take a look, Herbie, at tonight's Impact Players, brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Well, we're going to pick up right where Heather left off. DeAnthony Thomas, Josh Huff on the outside. Number 1, they'll try to get matched up. Miles Jack, a true freshman linebacker, and Anthony Barr will put a lot of pressure on Mariota.
And Mariota kept it that time, and the Bruins were not fooled, and that's Jordan Zumwalt. He and Miles Jack over there on that one side. They moved Jack around. Coach Morrow telling us they're going to put him inside a lot more. He, of course, is a very talented freshman. Zumwalt, the upperclassman, he can move outside of him. 2nd down and 13. I'll tell you that UCLA front, Herbie, they're not being fooled by anything so far, and that's Ellis McCarthy pushing him back.
And they right now, Brad, against this run game, first thing you have to do in stopping Oregon's balanced attack is get penetration. You see the timing there by Zumwalt getting through their middle linebacker 35. And because he got in there so quickly, it made it easy for McCarthy to get off of his block.
3rd down and long, and Mariota stripped. Stripped of the ball that time by Anthony Barr, one of the most devastating defensive players in the country. And a surefire top 5 NFL draft choice.
You hear about Jadeveon Clowney. There are a lot of NFL folks who think Barr, because of his versatility, is even a better pass rusher. You see that? That's just a great job, instinctive move by a pass rusher. He's not necessarily worried about the sack, Brent. He's going for the football to try to dislodge that away from Mariota.
A break that Oregon recovered that, Herbie, and fake punt. A fake punt right away. Rolling up the middle of the field on the fake punt. 30, 20, 10, thrown out of bounds is Rodney Hardrick. What a call. A riverboat gambler. Wow, Helfrich.
Fred, yesterday in the Players Lounge in this magnificent facility that they have here in Oregon, I happened to be hanging out with Hardrick, and he said, we've got some fakes tomorrow. So I didn't realize the very first time Oregon's going to punt from their own territory that they would call it, but he had a look in his eye hoping that they would.
Well, Bobby Bowden was celebrated in Tallahassee. We got our own punt Ruski here in Eugene. 66 yards for Hardrick. Play action fake. Now Mariota dumps it off to the side. Dives for the touchdown. DeAnthony. Yes, indeed. The young man is back. Black Mamba strikes.
That's what they've missed within this offense. Byron Marshall, Thomas Tyner have done a great job. But this ability to be able to get out in the open space, they're going to rule them. Boy, it's very, very close. Definitely worth another look. He extends himself.
Don't worry, Oregon fans. I don't think he fumbled it out of the end zone. I think they might mark it down on the one because the forearm seemed to be, Herbie, clearly down at that point. May not have been a touchdown.
Well, you get him out in the open field. And you got Eric Kendricks, who's one of the better linebackers in the Pac-12 out there trying to chase him down.
The ruling on the previous play that the runner was down is under further review.
And I think that will be confirmed.
Yeah, the call on the field is he's down at about the 6-inch line. They're going to make sure that he had possession all the way through. See that elbow, Brent, that you talked about before he broke the plane. And if he's down with the elbow, it's not a fumble. It needs to be down at the 6-inch line.
Now, if it had been ruled a fumble,
right,
then it would have come out at the 20-yard line.
That's
it would have been UCLA football.
That's right. But to me, it looks like he has possession of the football while the elbow touches when he's ruled down. It's just nice to see him back healthy and playing. This Oregon team's been doing it without him.
The end zone view of that fake punt is unbelievable. There's not a Bruin that you can see.
Yeah.
Second down.
So it'll be second down and goal coming up now for Oregon.
Chip Kelly had a reputation as kind of a risk taker, always going for it on fourth down. I don't know if we ever saw him in a game where he's down 7-0 early, deep in his own territory when nothing seems to be going right. Hey, this is perfect time to go with that fake punt. If that didn't work out.
Whoa.
That's confidence.
Second down and goal coming up here. The Ducks down, touchdown after their turnover. UCLA strikes. Anthony stays in as the running back. This time he takes it into the end zone for the touchdown.
There's 4 or 5 weeks, all pent up, all that energy. He makes a big play, and then he's able to finally get back into the end zone. And Oregon's been doing this for the large portion of this season, 643 yards per game. Scoring a lot of points, 57 points a game, all without their #1 threat, DeAnthony Thomas. And here they go with his extra point, see if they get the look that they want to.
That reminds us of the Chip Kelly era. So Alejandro Maldonado ties it up at 7. But the key moment of the game, Rodney Hardrick, who has had a great season for the Ducks, recovering fumbles, breaks wide open on the fake. And then the return of number 6, DeAnthony Thomas, touchdown. And we're tied at 7.
Day by day I'm making plans to get away. In the morning I'll be gone. In the morning I'll be gone.
Book and stay to earn up to 4 times the Hilton Honors points at Hampton.
Hey, lady! That's Diesel!
I know.
Invasion is imminent.
On November 1st,
We need the best.
from the worldwide bestseller,
There's greatness in you, Ender.
comes the motion picture event of the year.
What do you want me to do?
Destroy them.
What will be left of the boy?
What does it matter if there's nothing left at all?
Game over.
Ender's Game.
I'm not the enemy.
I'm not so sure.
Rated PG-13. In theaters and IMAX November 1st.
I'm a cheap bungee cord. This guy bought me at the gas station. I'm perfect for holding down the lid on a box of sweaters. But 800 pounds of tailgating gear? Nah. And if you have cut rate insurance, the biggest hit of the day could be to your wallet. So get an Allstate agent and be better protected from mayhem. like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Hampton Hotels. Feel the Hamptonality. And in part by Audi, Truth and Engineering.
Oregon, originally known as the Webfoots as early as the late 1800s, but a student vote changed the name to Ducks. And a handshake with Walt Disney allowed the use of a Donald Duck-like image, if done in good taste. That image of the duck lives to this day. One of the best mascots in all of college football. Matt Wogan will kick it off. Stephen Manfro back deep for the Bruins. Catches it on the 3. Out to the 20, spins loose. Past the 30, out to about the 32-yard line. Let us check in for an update from Reese Davis. Reese, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Brent. A Taco Bell studio update now. This is Texas Tech and Oklahoma. Little trickeration for the Sooners. Colton Bester. Now, the line of scrimmage is just inside the 35. Colton ran about 135 yards, and he got it in. Sooners had lost the lead. Now they're back on top, 28-24.
Keep us up to date on that one. Texas Tech playing with some swagger this year. Here's swing pass to the outside, and Devin Fuller. He was a quarterback back in New Jersey in high school, and the coach said he's such a good athlete, Herbie, that they just had to get him on the field. And he reminded Jim of Mike Vick when he was back in high school. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good, and he has tremendous quickness. They'll try to get him out to the edge of the Oregon defense as much as they can tonight.
Second down and 7. Perkins breaks that first tackle, picks up about 3 yards on that play. Perkins, pretty good looking running back.
That's an area that they've really struggled with in the last couple weeks, only averaging 61 yards a game on the ground, and it's put so much more on Hundley into being in some obvious passing situations. They'll need to run better tonight, which is tough to do when you're playing 3 true freshmen up front.
3 receivers out wide. Hundley strikes downfield, and he's got a first down near midfield. That's Jordan Payton, the receiver, young man from Santa Monica, California.
A great read here. Third down, there's going to be some pressure. Just does a nice job of being calm despite the pressure. There's a blitz right in front of him with Tyson Coleman getting free. But I thought also the other thing is Payton does a good job of just sitting down in the zone and finding that big hole in the coverage of the Oregon Duck defense.
And that communication by Hundley with his freshmen. 2 freshmen on the right side of the offensive line and a freshman guard over on the left. Here's Perkins by the right side. They split a big hole, those 2 freshmen. Good job by Benenoch and Redmond, Herbie.
Very, very good job of, again, trying to get something going. You can see there, the first 4 games, when they had a healthy Jordan James, it was a different deal. They were in sync. They were in rhythm the last couple weeks against Cal and especially Stanford. They haven't been able to run the ball tonight. 11 plays, they've run the ball 9 times tonight.
That time, the Ducks were not fooled. And they jumped Perkins with DeForest Buckner making the stop.
And a little bit of confusion there with Hundley in his back. Paul Perkins, a zone read that they've had some success with, but I think he was a little confused with Buckner's approach to that zone read. He got caught in between his read, and Buckner makes a huge play for Oregon.
Yes, the fullback checks into that Bruin backfield now. Hundley communicating with him, and he'll come back. Using him as a pass blocker. Hundley throws on the run. Incomplete.
There's that confusion up front, and Nick Aliotti waiting to bring the pressure to the last possible second. You can see him talking there with his running back, Stephen Manfro, about pass pro and where the blitz was coming from. Confusion forced him out of the pocket, and he ended up just throwing that football away.
Covington, left-footed kicker. Addison's back deep for the Ducks. Fair catch is the signal at the 8-yard line. 5:03 left in the first quarter. UCLA 7, Oregon 7.
Monday Night Football, Seahawks, Rams, 8:25 Eastern on ESPN.
Geico Motorcycle. See how much you could save.
I talk big, right? And at the dealership, I was trying to hold my own, and it's kind of tough.
TrueCar really took the anxiety out of the car buying process.
When you use TrueCar.com, you get a certificate, and it shows you a fair price.
I felt confident going in on my own and closing the deal on my own.
TrueCar makes it a lot easier to go in by yourself.
I don't need to bring a dude with me.
When buying a car, get guaranteed savings and a hassle-free experience. Visit TrueCar.com.
Kelley Blue Book. It's the trusted resource. And now, KBB.com has a whole new way to help you decide on your next new car by showing you what really matters. Use 5-year cost to own to compare the long-term cost of maintenance, insurance, and gas. Then, check fair purchase price and see what you should pay based on what others have paid. Everything you need to make a smart new car decision. KBB.com.
Welcome back to Dr. Pepper's Road to the Conference Championships. And a reminder to get your NFL Sunday start on ESPN. Herbie, one of the big stories, of course, the Kansas City Chiefs are unbeaten. Alex Smith, Andy Reid, a good defense. And then after that, 11 a.m. on ESPN2, catch fantasy football now for the ladies. Now, let me give you an Oregon connection to Kansas City tomorrow. Dan Fouts, one of the announcers on that game.
Oh, there you go.
Cleveland, Kansas City.
Love
Here we
it.
go now. On first down. There's the handoff to the 11-yard line. Vanderdoos makes the stop, and let's check in down below with Heather.
The UCLA defensive coaches are on the sidelines yelling, if Oregon has to resort to trick plays to move the ball this week, that is okay. Keep banging, hit them in the mouth. But meanwhile, UCLA without defensive tackle Ellis McCarthy right now on the training table with a right knee injury, putting a knee brace on as we speak.
Okay, and meanwhile, Heather gave us that story about the return of number 6, and he looks good.
He sure does. And they want to outflank you. That's what this offense is built on. They got a little bit of penetration, but once he got outside of Miles Jack, he has that alley to the outside. And again, when Oregon gets that going with their quick pass game to the outside, that's what sets up the passing game for Mariota downfield.
And there is that passing game dropped at the 30-yard line by Johnny Munn, their freshman tight end. He's got a great upside. Herbie, interesting young man down from, where there's heavy ranching, farming down there around Modesto. And his family owns a walnut farm down there, okay? That he's worked on through the years. And the young man appears to have a great upside for it. Just a freshman.
Tough kid, too.
Yeah, he is. Second down and 10 now. Play action. Huff drops the ball over there. Incomplete. Boy, they've got the bobbles here tonight. Keenan Lowe fumbled early in the game. That led to a UCLA touchdown.
And I love what Lou Spanos and Jim Moore have come up with as a plan. They've got a lot of confidence in their front seven to defend the run. And they're telling their secondary, especially the safeties, to stay deep. Do not give up any big plays. Make them earn it. Keep the ball in front of you.
Set the screen on third down and 10. Cannot get the first down. There's a great defensive play that time by Miles Jack, the ballyhooed freshman. Watch this tackle.
And remember who has the football. Miles Jack is looked at nationally as one of the top true freshmen in college football. Here he is against D'Anthony Thomas. Great quickness. I mean, as soon as he caught the football, there were 4 or 5 white jerseys coming his way, led by Miles Jack.
You and I have talked about this. You got to tackle in space when you play Oregon.
Absolutely.
You're out there alone, and you better come up with the style.
I think these UCLA defenders have felt that challenge all week, and so far they've answered the call.
No fake this time. Evans is back deep for the Bruins. Fair catch at about the 26-yard line. Well, let's take a look at our current BCF standings, brought to you by Discover and Alabama and Florida State. Look at that, what they put up, 45 and 49 today. Now number 3, Oregon tied with UCLA at 7. The voters are watching. Everybody's saying, oh, they got a better schedule. All true, all true. But the beauty contest part of this is the fact that 2/3 of this belongs to the voters.
You're talking about a subjective analysis, and they're looking at style points. It matters.
First down and 10, and now it's going to be Hundley, and he flares it out to the outside. Picked up a good 4 yards. Devin Fuller, the young man again from New Jersey, he's very active right now.
I think that's when their best chance of executing against Oregon through the air. You wait to third down and 7 or 8, and I know you got to throw. That's when the exotic pressures are going to come. I like mixing in some 1st and 10 play action pass.
Yeah, Herbie, that's a real good point. Here comes Perkins now. Picks up the first down and then some. Yeah, he's strong. You made the point that they haven't been able to run the football since they lost Jordan James to that injury, but they're getting some production out of Perkins tonight.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks have been tough, and tonight I think the big thing that they've been able to do is they've been able to get some great seal blocks on the outside from not just the offensive tackle, but the receivers doing a good job, and Hundley right now looks to be composed, leading this team in a tough environment.
Here he comes again, Herbie, on 1st and 10, just like you wanted him to. Can't find an open receiver. He's good, but he was kind of slipping, so he picks up a couple yards as he dives forward.
And that time he was hesitant, and he actually had an open receiver downfield. Shaq Evans got down behind the linebackers in front of the safeties, and nobody within 8 or 10 yards. It's a lot easier up here to see that. That's one he'll look back at on film and wish he made that conversion.
Malcolm Jones checks in as the running back. He's number 28. And they're going to run with him now. And he's just short of a first down. But this will be third down and very manageable.
This is where they want to be tonight, just because of the freshmen up front. And if you're just tuning in, Oregon's starting a true freshman, or UCLA starting a true freshman at right guard, right tackle, and left guard. So they've got a lot of youth up front doing anything they can to take the pressure off of Hundley and those young freshmen on the offensive line.
Third down and 1. Now they pick up that first down with Jones on a nice cutback run.
Great instinctive running here by Jones. This ball is designed to go to your right all the way around the corner. He saw a dead end, came right back, cut back against the grain, and found enough wiggle room there to pick up that valuable first.
Bruins have been throwing on first down. Here's another one. That's as good as a running play when you dump it off to the outside and Fuller, and that time number 21, Avery Patterson. This is an outstanding secondary coached by Aliotti, and they were ready for it.
Yeah, and Avery Patterson, who went out last year, is kind of the quarterback of the defense. And it's one thing for Hundley right now to dink and dunk. A lot of safe, high possession passing to the outside. Eventually, you've got to make those safeties like Avery Patterson coming up so quickly. You got to make them pay by going downfield.
Second down at 14. Perkins back on the field, stumbling as he came through the middle, and it'll be third down and long coming up.
This is where it's been tough for them tonight. This is where Nick Aliotti is going to disguise his pressure, and then he's going to bring it. He's done that the first couple times that UCLA has been in this range of 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 9. You can see already they've got a lot of different bodies up front trying to make that offensive line have to communicate and figure out where the pressure will come from.
Hundley checking back over the sideline after the coaches take a look at Aliotti's front. Now they back out of it. Hundley got it on a slant short of that first down. Payton was the receiver that time. So here comes fourth down. Now you're an underdog by more than 3 touchdowns here tonight. They're going to go.
What the heck?
You roll the dice down here. You're down on the Ducks. 32-yard line. Hundley can be dangerous. He's already scored the Bruins touchdown tonight. And Perkins not going to get it. Kind of a late handoff, Herbie, and that allowed the defense to ambush him.
No doubt about it. And Raheem Cassell, the middle linebacker, back up, actually gets through there. You see him on a blitz, shoot right through there, and occupy enough of the offensive linemen. It frees up everybody else on that Oregon defense to be able to get in there, led by Hardrick, the middle linebacker. But Cassell came in there, timed up his blitz perfect, and took away not only the center, but also a guard, and it freed up the rest of the Ducks to come in there.
17 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Byron Marshall and Josh Huff set up in that backfield with Mariota. And they got Marshall run it and nothing doing. Very impressed with the speed of this young Bruin defense.
Well, they can fly. You and I were here last November when Stanford's front 7 did a good job of containing the big play. It's only 1 quarter, but it's very reminiscent of what we saw that night where they did a good job of containing the big play and taking away the running game.
So the UCLA Bruins strike first. Oregon ties it, and we'll go to the second quarter, deadlocked at 7.
Hey, lady! That's Diesel!
I know.
The bad guys are trying to conquer the earth. The good guys are trying to save it. Now let's get to work. Rated everyone 10 and up.
My mom is a survivor. My mom is a survivor.
My mom is a survivor.
My mom is a survivor.
Over the years, thousands of Belk customers and their families have faced breast cancer. That's why, at Belk Department Stores, pink is our passion. From our mobile mammography center to local fundraising efforts, Belk is committed to supporting breast cancer awareness and research.
My mom's a survivor, and so am I.
Nearly 250,000 women will be diagnosed this year, so join us and make pink your passion.
Mine was earned orbiting the moon in 1971.
Afghanistan in 2009. On the USS Saratoga in 1982.
Once it's earned, USAA auto insurance is often handed down from generation to generation because it offers a superior level of protection and because USAA's commitment to serve current and former military members and their families is without equal. Begin your legacy. Get an auto insurance quote. USAA. We know what it means to serve.
New Satis Fries from Burger King. A delicious new choice with 40% less fat and 30% less calories. Cut from whole potatoes, fried to tasty perfection. Crispy and fluffy. New Satis Fries from Burger King. Are you satisfied?
There's a reason Polaris Razor outsells its closest competitor 5-1. It's because we don't focus on the competition. We focus on you. Introducing the 107 horsepower Razor XP 1000, built to go everywhere your passion leads you. With unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, unmatched agility, and revolutionary comfort and customization. Inspired by you, the next generation of razor sharp performance is here.
So you can get cash back on all your purchases. So you can use your cash back to follow your dream. So you can save the day. Chase freedom. So you can.
Only 4 races left in the chase. Next up, Martinsville. Tomorrow at 1 on ESPN.
Welcome back to Dr. Pepper's Road to the Conference Championships. So, Herbie, we start the second quarter deadlocked at 7, second down and 10 for the Ducks.
And you and I were talking at the break there. This UCLA defense a quarter in, just a quarter in, but doing a really good job out in space, playing fast.
And they're stopping him up front. Stanford ran, Herbie, for 192 yards last week.
That's right. That's right. You know, the one thing about Lou Spanos and what he likes to do is apply a lot of pressure. And, I mean, Oregon's, they've been here before. Virginia, they were off to a little bit of a slow start. You know, they know eventually they can hit and begin to hit on all cylinders, but give the Bruins a lot of credit for the way they're defending and taking away that running game.
Josh Huff motions out of the backfield. They give it to him for a 12-yard gain on 3rd and 7, first down.
You're used to seeing Josh Huff be put in a position to make huge plays. This time, just a little in and out move on the inside linebacker, Eric Kendricks, who's an all-conference type of player.
Tempo, first down, strike underneath, and they get another one. So they hurry it up after the first down. Farrell Brown, the tight end, picks it up.
And both of these offense feed off of that first down. They get a first down, and it's like, it accelerates the tempo of what they're doing.
So here they come again, handed back off to DeAnthony Thomas.
There's Kendricks again all over the field. Anytime Oregon's going to run the football, 6 in white is going to be right around the football. A ball hawk, one of the more instinctive players I've seen this year.
Marshall is the running back. Marcus keeps it, and he is tackled by Eric Kendricks again.
I mean, this guy, that's asking a lot when you're in that position. Watch how patient he is and how he lets Mariota come to him. He didn't overcommit. He didn't go out to the back. He waited there and slow played Mariota and eventually used his quickness and suddenness at the end to close in on him.
Remember, he went to the hospital after that Stanford game to have his kidneys checked. And a break by Marshall, end zone ahead. Put up 6 for the Ducks. Quick strike, 40-yard touchdown.
That's exactly how you draw up a zone play. Watch the lineman off to the left there. Look at them create the alley, and also give Marshall some credit. He runs parallel. He forces UCLA's defense to run sideways and then finds the crease and accelerates right through it. That is a textbook zone read play and a big touchdown for Oregon.
Now Wogan will tack up the extra point.
That's just it with Oregon, right? You're doing so well. You're doing so well. You look up, whoop, down 14-7.
Don't blink.
That's right.
Ducks will score.
Discover card.
I wanted to ask you a couple of questions.
I've got nothing to hide.
My bill is due today and I haven't paid yet.
You can pay up till midnight online or by phone the day it's due.
Got a witness to verify that?
Just you. You called me.
Okay, that checks out.
At Discover, we treat you like you'd treat you. Get the IT card with payment flexibility.
We build tires, but not like anybody else. We build our tires for people, not just cars. So more than what your Cooper tires can do, it's about what you can do with your Cooper tires. Hurry in to get up to $80 back on 4 qualifying Cooper tires during our incredible Take the Money and Ride savings event. Get your reward form and complete terms and conditions at a participating Cooper tire dealer or CooperTireRebates.com. Now's the time. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
Are you settling for the same old, or are you making it the original with Pizza Hut's $10 any pizza deal? Any pizza, any size, any toppings. Delivery, dine-in, or carry out. Just ask for or use promo code 10any. We all have a choice. Make it great.
Stress to me is at work, there are a lot of needs that need to be met simultaneously.
Block stress now with a risk-free supply of Stress Block. As part of an incredible national offer, everyone, yes, everyone who calls right now will receive a bottle of Stress Block risk-free. Stress Block works fast to help reduce symptoms of your stress and help support relaxation.
I was so amazed at how quickly I just felt, a sense of calm.
The secret is a special botanical that helps promote a calm, relaxed state of mind so you can enjoy a feeling of well-being while helping to promote a positive mind, positive mood, and even a more restful sleep.
And suddenly there's a sense of calm.
Now you can get a bottle of Stress Block risk-free, but you have to call now because supplies are limited.
To get your risk-free bottle of Stress Block, call 1-800-781-6703 or visit TryStressBlock.com today.
We welcome you back to Eugene. After scoring their second touchdown, the Ducks will kick it off here. Matt Wogan, the freshman. Stephen Manfro deep for the Bruins. (15) coming to the left, 25 and down. There's a penalty flag. There's a penalty flag thrown on the left hash. Well, Herbie, let's find out how Oregon is finding success, brought to you by Expedia.
We go back to this touchdown, the right side of the Oregon offensive line, Hamini Stevens and Jake Fisher. Right here, just a zone play. You'll see the back go parallel. I think that's very key here because it creates a very, very good. It's just creating a second level here for the lineman. The receiver ends up picking up a huge block. Darryl Hawkins. And boy, that was a nice running lane from Oregon.
Perkins, the running back, play action on first down. Hundley coming deep, one-on-one, incomplete. Down the near sideline. So again, Herbie, they're continuing to throw the ball on first down. That's a tendency right now.
Yeah, and they're going to have to do that just to avoid those third down and obvious passing situations. That's the first time they've taken a shot downfield. They didn't hit it, but it just lets Oregon and Nick Aliotti know that Hundley can throw the ball downfield if you crowd the line of scrimmage.
And Nick let him know that his guys can cover back there.
That's right.
Down at 10. Now he comes back with the running play. Perkins. So third down is coming up, and here comes one of those downs where Aliotti can get exotic now.
Yeah, this is big because this is one of those stadiums and atmospheres where you can be in a game and then the blink of an eye it's an avalanche and you can make some mistakes and you self-destruct, and next thing you know it's 21-7. So they've got to be very smart with how they protect their offensive line here in this situation.
I mean, they show Hundley as many as 7 different guys can rush. Now they'll back out a couple. And they wind up rushing only 3. And Hundley is down at the line of scrimmage. He's not sure who's going to come.
And not only that, the guys up front, you have 2 true freshmen on the right side, a true freshman at left guard, and you've got this Oregon defense showing a lot of different looks. You can see the confusion right in the middle of the UCLA offensive line. Nothing that Hundley could do there. He tried to buy a little bit of time, try to get a receiver to break off, but nothing there.
Covington. Addison's back deep at the 40-yard line. And battled to pick up a yard. And we're going to take a break here at the 11:41 mark. Trailing by 7. The Ducks now lead at 14-7.
Before the universe, there was darkness, and it has survived. On November 8th,
let us begin.
Witness the return of an Avenger. Your world will be extinguished.
You know, with all that power, I thought you'd hit harder.
Or the Dark World. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Rated PG-13, November 8th.
Every generation has their Lees. These are yours. Introducing the new Lee Modern Series for men. Designed to look better, crafted to fit better. This is legendary American denim. This is the new Lee.
Mayday.
Thank you for pressing the Mayday button. How can I help you?
Whoa, who are you?
I'm Amy, a tech advisor for your new Kindle Fire.
I didn't realize I'd get a live person.
Yep, we're here 24/7. We can draw on your screen and even show you how to use different features.
So I can just press the Mayday button and you're here to help?
Hit Mayday and I'm coming to the rescue.
Amy, I like you.
Aw.
Introducing the revolutionary Mayday button, only on the new Kindle Fire HDX.
It's the taste you asked for, but never saw coming. Introducing the new fiery Doritos Locos Tacos with a hint of lime and a lot of fire. Only at Taco Bell.
Meet the lumberjack whose flannel was out of whack. Freedom to move is what he lacked, even when woodland creatures attack. Until they put Duluth free swinging flannel on his back, with armpit gussets to whack and hack. Now he's known as a lumberjack. Duluth Trading free swinging flannel. Swinging made easy. Flannel made burly. Get it only at DuluthTrading.com.
ESPN College Football Primetime. Brought to you by Duluth Trading Fire Hose Pads. Tougher than a giant angry beaver.
But hold on here, Mr. Corso. Hold on. Game day. You and Herbie and Chris Fowler, Desmond, you haven't been good luck.
Oh, no.
Look at October. I mean, look at this. Northwestern hasn't won since you guys torched Evanston. The Huskies. Clemson finally broke the jinx, but look at this.
Oh, my God. Clemson didn't look that good either to get to that first win. See what the Ducks do here.
All right, here's Marcus Mariota, their fine, outstanding Heisman Trophy candidate. DeAnthony Thomas is his return. He tries to bring it around the right side, and the Bruins were ready for that running play. Another one of those outstanding linebackers. Well, Miles Jack has already appeared. What an upside this youngster has.
And Jim Morris said to us, how do we stop him? We got to keep our shoulders square and our feet on the ground. That was exactly what Miles Jack did that time. He kept his shoulders square, didn't let Anthony Thomas get outside of him. Perfectly done there by the true freshman.
Now, Mariota right into the middle and slam dunk by Zumwalt. I mean, Zumwalt brought a little heat, didn't he? Said he put him to sleep and
threw the flag on him.
Here's the flag.
This means we're going to have to take about 5 looks at this to see where the initial contact was. And it's a great play, but is it initial contact to the helmet? It doesn't have to be helmet to helmet, just any kind of contact, whether it's your shoulder pad, your forearm, your face mask. If you hit the receiver when he's a defenseless player, let's see where the first contact is.
That's Marshall who had scored that touchdown, I believe.
Right here. He's a defenseless player right here. Yeah.
No, it is DeAnthony. I thought it was Marshall's DeAnthony.
That would be a significant loss if they're... Oh, they're just going to pick it up. Sounded like they're just going to pick it up and play ball. Picked it up. Maybe they discussed that as a crew and said, I got a better look at it. No reason to call anything. Play ball.
Yeah, let's congratulate the World Series umpires for bringing that back. That's what you should do. Get it right.
Talk as a group.
Mariota going downfield. Beautiful scoring. Huff, the receiver, to the 25-yard line. What a beautiful ball this young man throws, eh?
Great throw, but he let that ball hang up a little bit and go for it, went for the big play. When you go for a big play as a safety, it gives you a chance as a receiver to make a big play yourself.
31 yards. Anthony says, I'm okay.
The ball hung up there long enough that Randall Goforth thought he might be able to dislodge Josh Huff, or at least try to maybe deflect the football, come up with an interception.
2nd and 4. Anthony, and you know who's got him and flings him down, Jordan Zumwalt. Zumwalt is bringing the heat for the Bruins.
These 4 linebackers are as good as you're going to find when you look at Barr, Kendricks, Mack, and Zumwalt. Zumwalt has been active. They blitzed him a lot. I think that's part of their plan tonight, is him attacking downfield.
The crowd saw him waving at him down there, and now they're all over the Bruin linebacker. 3rd down and 8. Didn't get the first down. It'll be 4th down across the 20-yard line. Let's see what Helfrich elects to do here.
Rick, you go back to him kind of waving his hand like that. You know, he's one of the few seniors on this team. I don't mind a guy like that trying to lead these young Bruins and trying to get them to believe they can win.
4th down and 2. Ducks going for it. Mariota going to go for it all. End zone incomplete. And it's UCLA football.
Well, they did not bite on that. Oregon taking a big chance here on 4th down and short. A little bit of a delayed bootleg. And give Randall Goforth, who took a little bit of a chance. This time he gets back in coverage.
Fake punt works. 4th down, end zone strike.
Only 4 races left in the chase. Next up, Martinsville. Tomorrow at 1 on ESPN.
Hey, guys. Hey, glad y'all made it.
Sorry we're late.
Did you run into traffic?
No, just had to stop by the house to grab a few things.
You stop by the house?
Uh-huh. All right, whenever you get your stuff, run upstairs, get cleaned up for dinner.
You leave the house in good shape?
Yeah,
of course.
Last-second field goal.
Yeah, sure you did.
Introducing AT&T Digital Life. Personalized home security and automation with limited availability in select markets.
This is for my mother. This is for my chance at law school and the opportunity to change my life. Be one of the many winners of the Dr. Pepper Tuition Giveaway. Share your story and tell us how you will make an impact on your community. Dr. Pepper is changing students' lives so we can change the world. Log on to ESPN.com and search Dr. Pepper to tell us your story for a chance to win. And tune into Dr. Pepper Championship Week on ESPN.
Christian Mingle was the only one that had to offer exactly what I was looking for.
When we chatted, it was just that connection that you want to have with someone that you would love to marry.
I am so grateful for Christian Mingle.
Join ChristianMingle.com today.
Victims of mesothelioma and asbestos lung cancer and their families may be entitled to receive a cash award from over $18 billion in asbestos trust funds now available. If you or a loved one was diagnosed with or passed away from mesothelioma or asbestos lung cancer, call the number on your screen now. Time is limited.
Call 1-800-278-7455 now. That's 1-800-278-7455.
I was just at a point in my life where I had almost given up on my dream of finding a spouse. So for me, it offered that hope that there was that guy out there for me. If it wasn't for Christian Mingle, Eric and I would not have met.
Join ChristianMingle.com today.
Visit WatchESPN.com or download the Watch ESPN app to watch ESPN live anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by Vizio.
So Hundley and the Bruins go back to work, trailing by a touchdown. First down and 10, and Malcolm Jones breaks free with a fumble, and he got it back. Jones recovers it even before it went out of bounds, which would have, of course, kept the ball in the Bruins' possession.
And Oregon's trying to defend here with just 5 up front in the line of scrimmage. Good effort by the big middle linebacker, Rodney Hardrick. Knocked that ball loose, but a very fortunate bounce for UCLA right back into the arms of Jones.
Bruins seem to have discovered the running game here. And remember, there's 3 freshmen on that offensive line. They come back now with Perkins, and the officials want to hold it up here just a second.
The game was stopped to check the spot of the ball. The ball was recovered inbounds, resulting in a first down.
And the ball should be right around the 34, right about exactly where it's spotted.
Right where it is.
Yeah.
As far as I could tell, spot recovery. So we got it. Here we are, first down and 10. And Perkins is swallowed in the middle. There wasn't a whole lot of daylight down there. Again, the 3 freshmen, Herbie. Beninock over at right tackle, Redmond at right guard, Quisberry at left guard. They have lost Goins, White, and McDermott. 3 tackles out for the Bruins. White was lost very early, and that meant that Goins would switch over to left tackle, and then Goins was injured against Stanford last week, and there's a flag down on the field.
Illegal substitution, 12 men in the formation, defense, a 5-yard penalty, second down.
Well, we came in expecting maybe UCLA, anytime you get on the road with a lot of true freshmen, to be a bit rattled, but right now Mark Helfrich has got to be concerned that it's his team that's making some of the mistakes.
I can hear the applause down in Tallahassee right now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No doubt about that. They're watching this game. They got bored with their game after the first quarter. It was 35-0. They're tuned into this one.
They've got Miami next week down there. You and I'll be there, looking forward to that one. The running game was stoned that time. Big man in the middle.
We're just talking about what a great job that UCLA is doing in running the football. One thing they're not able to do is establish the run into the interior of that Oregon defense. There's one of the true freshmen, Quisberry, there, just overmatched against a more veteran Oregon and stronger defensive front.
Third down and 4. Perkins returns as a running back, motions out to the right. Hundley, who ran for a touchdown early, picks up a first down and more. Midfield, 40, 35. Out of bounds near the 25-yard line. Brett Hundley.
This is just a great job of improvising. This huddle collapses on him, and watch Hundley just rely on his instincts. He's moving around, dancing around. This is the guy that said this week, I've been blessed with my feet, and I need to be able to use them. Here's an example of Brett Hundley using his feet on a big third down here for UCLA.
33 yards.
That was a big-time play.
Wasn't it, though? First down and 10. Ball across the 30-yard line for the Bruins. Perkins, right side. bolts for another first down. You know, those two guys on the right, Redmond and Beninock, are doing a heck of a job.
And this is where they're having more success. Redmond pulls around with Quisenberry. Both the guards pull around, lead the way. And when they're giving these backs a little bit of room to the perimeter, that's where they picked up most of their yards rushing tonight.
Look at the difference that a week makes. First down and 10. The Bruins with a running game operating. Huntley again following Perkins that time.
We got to give Noel Mazzoni a lot of credit for what he's been asked to do tonight. He's going up against one of the top teams in the country with three true freshmen. Has had an attitude this week about what the heck, guys, let's take our chances. Let's have some fun with this. Embrace it. We've got true freshmen not only on the line, but at tight end receiver. Let's go out here and play and take some chances.
Second down and 7. Remember, it was a failed fourth down from down in the red zone that set up this sequence for the Bruins. Play action to Brown. Huntley with time. Intercepted. Picked off at the 9-yard line. Aliota dropped Lacumbo back that time, and he made the pick.
They got a little greedy here. Huntley has been flawless for the most part with those freshmen around him, and this time he took a chance. He tried to squeeze it in, trying to get the ball over top of Lacumbo. Lacumbo sits back in zone coverage and makes the perfect read.
A normal incandescent bulb uses about $7 worth of energy per year. This Cree LED bulb uses about $1. If you argue with math, you will lose.
The Cree LED bulb.
Khan Academy is a not-for-profit with the mission of providing a free world-class education for anyone, anywhere. If you look at a Khan Academy video, they can cover everything from basic arithmetic to calculus, trigonometry, finance. You can really just get what you need at your own pace. And so Bank of America came and reached out to us and said, we are really interested in making sure that everyone really understands personal finance. We're like, well, we're already doing that. And so it was kind of a perfect match.
This Halloween, bring home the best zombie movie ever.
Go, go, go!
It's scary as hell. World War Z. Get it at Target for as low as $14.99. 1 week only, starting tomorrow. Rated M for mature.
There are two ways to wealth and power. Either you're born with it, or you take it.
This world is ours for the taking!
Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. Available October 29th.
We never saw eye to eye on anything.
Anything. Then we discovered new 7-Up 10. Has all the great tastes of 7-Up.
But with just 10 calories. So now we both get what we want.
Both!
You have more room for the spoon.
Oh, yes!
Both.
We couldn't be happier.
New 7-Up 10. Great 7-Up taste, 10 calories. Get both. Also available in these brands.
Well, 47 miles west of here, Stanford, Oregon State will close out the night at 10:30 p.m. on ESPN. Oregon State is completely off the radar simply because they lost that game to Eastern Washington to start the season, an FCS team. But, folks, they are a very good FCS team. They held off Montana and Missoula today, 42-37. So they are stocking a place in the playoffs. And now Marcus will take it out of bounds. And crowd thought that maybe he was hit a little bit late on the play, but there's no flag.
We've already seen tonight in this game a willingness from Jordan Zumwalt to get physical. I mean, he's trying to send a message to this Oregon team. And Mariota that time just kind of ran by him back to the field, just tapped him on the helmet. One of the Oregon offensive linemen came over to say, that's about enough of that.
Yeah, you know, he may have got away with something, too, on that first hit of DeAnthony Thomas. If we have a chance, we'll take another look at it. This is Marshall picking his way against that hard-hitting defense. Kendricks brings him down, but someone may have gotten up around the helmet, and then, you know, you make that signal that I put you to sleep, and that can be a little hostile when that happens. And we've got McCarthy down again. He was injured back in the first quarter, went off the field for a while, came back.
Well, UCLA, just the way they're tackling, they're trying to clearly send a message to Oregon.
So we will check on Ellis McCarthy's condition when we return.
There is a place on the western edge where athletes don't just play football, they reinvent it. A blueprint for excellence. Visionary. Progressive. Electric. There is a place, and this place has a name. Pac-12 football.
And there's so McCarthy back up and coming off to the Bruins sideline here. Now I want to go back and take another look from behind the quarterback on this hit by Zumwalt. I want you at home, be the judge. Did he hit him with the helmet? Was that helmet to helmet? And should that have been targeted, at the very least, with a personal foul? Perhaps not an ejection on the play, but should he have been penalized on that? I think you thought so when you saw the replay originally.
And then they picked up the flag. They talked about it as a crew, but then he gave the he's going to sleep sign, which is, you really don't want to get caught up in doing that.
Exactly. Throw by Mariota, no good, incomplete. And that would bring up fourth down to Anthony Thomas.
I will say this again. I'm impressed with what Lou Spanos and Jim Mora have preached to their team coming into this week. You're going into a tough environment. Nobody's giving you a chance. We got to go in there with an edge, an attitude. And remember, Lou Spanos coached with the Pittsburgh Steelers with Dick LeBeau for 14 years. Remember the personality, and they still have that Steeler defense? I think that's what we're seeing in this first half from UCLA, playing with a little bit of an attitude.
Somewhere Jack Lambert is chuckling. Block punt. Bruins block a punt. And it will be down right there at the 30-yard line.
And guess who got it?
It'll be spotted, and that was Miles Jack.
There he is. The guy is, as soon as you bring up Miles Jack, everybody wants to talk about him. This guy is a guy, he probably could start at tailback. He's just a guy that has that kind of athletic ability. Your punt block formation, who are you going to see? The true freshman, number 30, comes through clean. We saw Oregon catch a break on a punt. Now it's UCLA. See if they can take advantage of their opportunity.
First down and 10. Crowder Knotson comes alive. Perkins couldn't get to the 25-yard line, and we've got a penalty flag thrown.
Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
So that's Caleb Benenoch, the right tackle from Katy, Texas. You know, we talk about the three freshmen, but I do want to point out they were all very highly recruited. UCLA turned in a great recruiting class. When you think about this offensive line every 3 years from now, they're going to be something.
You're talking about all conference type of players down the road.
Perkins, hole on the right side.
Just for people to understand, you keep saying three true freshmen. We keep talking about that. The reason that's challenging in college football is the communication. You have two true freshmen on the right side. Redmond starting, and he's the right guard. He's trying to talk with Jake Brendel. There's so much that goes on up front that you need to be able to pass on from the right guard to the right tackle over to the left side. And on the road against an athletic defense that's disguising a lot, it puts a lot on them in their communication.
Play action, Perkins. Flare it to the outside, and Fuller got a hole trying to cut back. And he's to the 23-yard line. Let's go down below now to Heather Cox. Heather?
Kirk, that communication you're talking about with the O-line is exactly what they worked on all week. Coach Moore admitted that his quarterback was definitely concerned with the youth on that O-line, saying he wants to be protected. He tries to act like it's no big deal, but in private, it certainly worries him. So they worked on the communication, and Brett said he wanted to get rid of the ball quicker this week. Kirk, do you think he's doing that enough so far?
Well, he's only had 8 attempts, and when he's thrown, he is getting the ball out of his hands quickly.
He's got great time.
He's got.
Can he get the first down? Dives for it.
Give the offensive line, as Heather just talked about, they're getting the ball out of his hands quickly. This time on third down, the line gives him a lot of time. It's just great coverage downfield. They rush 3, they drop 8, and then they bring those linebackers a little bit late. And when Hundley takes off, he does it in a different way than Mariota. He's more physical, not quite as explosive, and a great block there by the right tackle there to get him to the first down mark.
Jones is his running back. Jones behind the right side. They have so much confidence in the two freshmen on the right side. Almost every big run, they start out heading in that direction behind Redmond and Benedict.
They are doing a great job, and also the tight ends sealing the defensive end, sealing it to get them on the perimeter. They have run the football now 28 different times. So they have come into this game for a team that's not been able to be effective running the ball. They've been committed to it here in the first half.
Jones stopped short of it. 10-yard line down there.
The other thing they've done a good job of, Brent, is possessing the football and keeping Marcus Mariota and the Ducks offense on the sideline.
Now, the one thing you know coming in here against Mariota and the Ducks, field goals won't do it. You got to have touchdowns. So it is third down here from the 11-yard line. Fire slant, touchdown, Thomas Durante. The wide receiver from Fullerton, California, and the Bruins are an extra point away from tying this game.
11 has changed his number to 39.
By the way, he's a true freshman too. I mean, he's a true freshman. This guy, he's a tight end, but he's really flexed out. They play him as a wide receiver, and that's capitalizing on a big opportunity. Miles Jack with the punt block. They convert on a third down, put him in a position, and eventually Oregon blitzes that time late, trying to disguise the pressure. They picked it up, made a perfect throw to the freshman Duarte.
The strike was right on target, just as Herbie described. Fairborn ties it.
The impact of our fans is immeasurable. I've seen Autzen Stadium crowds take over games. When you come down the tunnel, that's where the gladiator effect of football kind of comes to play. You can see the opponent, you can hear the crowd, all the different emotions that everybody has. Some guys smiling and laughing, some guys are just raw intensity. That's when you know the game time is near. I think that's what makes college football great.
Pac-12 Networks. Find it in your area at pac-12.com.
There's Hundley with some of his offensive teammates down here on the sideline after that touchdown pass. He has run for a touchdown and he has thrown for one. There's your young offensive line. Suafilo, who was playing left tackle, he was the left guard in the game last week. And of course, the two freshmen over on the right. Now, Brendel, veteran, he's all of a redshirt sophomore from Plano, Texas. Huff is back deep. And he decides to take a knee, and let's check in with Reese Davis. Reese?
Brent, SportsCenter right now, presented by Ally Bank. Baylor on ESPNU is ripping Kansas. Bryce Petty, known for his passing, walks in with it. 28-0 the score there. So one high-scoring offense having a little bit less of a challenge than the ones you guys are seeing.
Yeah, indeed. All right, Reese.
Reese, a few shockwaves going across the college football world when they hear this score close to the half. We'll see if the Ducks get points on the board, but if it's 14-14 at half, people are going to be a little bit excited.
Remember, this is a quick strike offense now. Marshall's back in the game. Mariota standing tall, delivers perfectly to Huff for a first down and 10.
Yeah, this is like a 1-minute drill for Oregon. This is something that they're comfortable with. Mariota, the experience that he brings, will get them back to the line of scrimmage quickly and get the ball ready to be snapped.
Pass was low and caught. Nice catch over there by one of the but there is a penalty flag.
Maybe a hold there in the backfield.
Offense number 64. A 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
You know, there have been mistakes galore here for Oregon right now. Let's remember now, it was a fumble that set up the Bruins' first touchdown, and it was a blocked punt that set up their second now. And mistakes.
Oregon won the toss and wanted the football, so UCLA will get the ball to start the second half.
Yes, indeed. Coming down toward that 1-minute mark here. Deadlocked at 14. The Autzen crowd, normally the loudest in the Pac-12, has grown quiet here
Tyler Johnstone right here is hobbled around here, that left tackle.
Now Mariota, who's a fine runner himself, with good speed, slides for the first down.
That is a different gear when Mariota pulls it down. Very different the way Hundley does it. He makes a quick decision. He sees all the coverage downfield, and then look how quickly he just eats up those yards and gets across midfield.
You know, he reminds me of Kaepernick. I wondered who I was going to think of when I watched him here tonight. But he's rangy, he's tall, he's not too wide, but the speed right there, Herbie, that's what reminded me of Kaepernick.
And he's got a strong arm,
yeah, strong
and he
arm.
also can have a very, very nice touch downfield.
So coming up on the Buick halftime report now, we have mentioned that the top teams have rolled. You'll see highlights of Alabama, and wait till you see Florida State in the first quarter. 35 points in the first quarter. Talk about the Heisman hopefuls.
Keep going back to that Stanford game that we were here for last November when Stanford ended up beating Oregon. If I remember right, that score at half was 7-7. And had, again, kind of a similar feel to it. It's a long way to go here, but we'll see how the Ducks respond here on this drive and into the second half.
And they've got 47 seconds remaining. Mariota with all kinds of time. Now Barr comes up and brings him down. Anthony Barr lost his helmet, though. He's got to head off to the sideline. You don't want to lose that rascal for very long.
Keenan Graham will come in. He also has 5 sacks on the year. Oregon's going to have to use another timeout with that sack. And you know, UCLA wasn't in a big hurry to rush him upfield. With a lot of these new quarterbacks who are dual threat guys, Barr's being double teamed, but he didn't necessarily try to fight it to get upfield to give him a rushing lane. He just kind of held his ground, took on the double team, which he's been doing all year, and eventually made the play.
Number 11 says, hello, Sunday. Oh yes. So, you know, when we talk about Mel Kiper and the guys who evaluate these players, you know, take a look at them. Clowney, Bridgewater, there is Anthony Barr right there. And look who's also on that list, Marcus Mariota.
You know, and Anthony Barr.
Now, Todd McShay has him a little bit differently rated, Herbie.
Yep.
He's got Mariota up at number 2, and Mel said that if Marcus plays well against the Bruins tonight, he'll move him up too. But hang on, the Bruins are playing a heck of a game here tonight against Marcus so far.
The thing about Barr is he fits so perfectly into the NFL, whether it's a 3-4, 4-3, because of his versatility
UCLA,
and what he can do.
Their first of the half.
UCLA calls a timeout. That means Barr can come back in the game. Tyner will be the running back. He is the freshman running back. And the chase for the Sprint Cup hits the home stretch. Matt Kenseth and Jimmy Johnson lead the chase. They go to the historic Martinsville Speedway. Only 4 races remain until NASCAR's best driver raises the cup. NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, Martinsville, Sunday, 1 p.m. So there's Matt Kenseth, still trailing by the 4 points. Jimmy Johnson's had some success on that track, too. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Now, Barr, you'll see him from time to time rush the passer and be an elite pass rusher. You'll see him drop in coverage. He'll play man.
Second down and 12. Tyner motions out. Strike for a first down. And that was Addison, the receiver, that time.
Now the Duck's asleep. He's a little bit bored with this until he doesn't have to do many push-ups. He's like, fellas, give me some points.
Marcus drops it off underneath, but short of the first down. Kendricks making the stop on young Tyner.
Use that last time out. Again, playing in space. You got to make plays against these very talented Oregon wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs. They've done that for the most part. This has been a heroic effort. Remember, not many people gave this UCLA team much of a chance to come into Autzen Stadium with all the youth that they have on that offense and to be able to compete. And they seem to be feeding off it.
You know, UCLA has had a lot of experience, the coaches have, in the NFL. I think they got 6 Super Bowl rings amongst the whole staff out there. I'm impressed with what Spanos is doing here, and I think you put your finger on it. Let's lay back a little bit, not try to rush to him and give him the outside and see if we can kind of keep him contained. And we've got some guys who can tackle in space.
And it's tough to do because, you know, most of the other games you play, you are attacking. You are coming downhill. And when you play Oregon, you've got to go against those instincts and sit back.
Second down and 3 now. Marcus, he'll get the first down. He'll stop the clock. around the 21-yard line, and he's got 17 seconds to work with, and we will see if he can deliver one of those perfect strikes to the end zone.
Well, there, Miles Jack, the true freshman, got a little bit of a different feel for trying to slow down Mariota in space. He came in there. He's made so many plays tonight against players like DeAnthony Thomas. That time he took a little bit of a poor angle, maybe underestimated the speed of Mariota and got him outside into the first down and out of bounds.
Play action, end zone, incomplete, nobody there. Moreau is back for the Bruins, and it'll be second down and 10.
You see this a lot, the miscommunication in these hurry-up offenses. You see, you're reading the coverage. The quarterback and the wide receiver, there isn't necessarily, the old-style offense. You call a play in the huddle and you go out and you run it. These fast offenses, you're adjusting your route based on the coverage that you're reading. We talk about it every week. You hope that the quarterback and the receiver on those kind of routes end up being on the same page. Clearly that time they were not.
Mariota with 13 seconds to work with here. From the 20. And it'll now be third down.
Yeah, they better get some points, because right now UCLA, with great coverage, and with great coverage comes coverage sacks. And if you get a coverage sack right now without a timeout, the half's over.
You imagine what the Bruins are thinking now. They went for it on a fourth down here at the end of the half with 8 seconds remaining. Just what you said, we got to try to put some points on the board. Maldonado will attempt this 37-yard field goal off to the right. He slid it too far to the right.
By rule, the ball is in the spot.
Here's a team that came in. Again, you talk about a team that has a different energy about them. I talked about how at the beginning of the game, this team seemed to feel like, you know what, let's take some chances. Nobody wants to give us a chance. Nobody believes in us except ourselves. Let's go in and be able to fight. And now that they're at the half tied up, you can only imagine the different psyche of these two teams.
The focus is on Helfrich. This is the first time since he replaced Chip Kelly that he's been in a tight football game like this. Deadlocked at 14, where his team has been making mistakes. Meanwhile, Jim Moore and the Bruins coming off that loss to Stanford. Let's go down below now to Heather Cox.
Brent, thank you. Coach, longer drives and fewer points than we're used to seeing. What kind of tempo do you want to see in the second half?
Well, we're mixing it up. This is it's a really good defense, and we knew that coming in. And so we're going to mix it up between our tempo stuff, our movement stuff, and mix it up.
Mark, what surprised you the most about this first half?
I don't think anything surprised me. They're a good football team, and we never thought anything otherwise.
I'll let you get to the locker room. Thanks, Coach.
So we will check out what a Mark Helfrich coaching staff. Scott Frost, the new offensive coordinator. We'll see what they dial up. But right now, let's send it to the studio for the Buick halftime report. Take it away, Reese.
I think that Helfrich hit it right on the head. I mean, Oregon spoiled us. We think they're supposed to beat everybody by 40 points. This is a really good team. This is a top 12 team in the country they're playing, but one after the injuries, Mark, that really hadn't run the ball as effectively since Jordan James had been hurt. They'd been averaging less than 3 yards per play on designed runs.
Well, their offensive line's done a terrific job. They rushed for 148 yards in the first half. That's twice as many yards as they rushed against Stanford last week. But not only that, they're starting 3 true freshmen on the offensive line. They're doing a terrific job. And you're looking at the running back that's a backup right here. And Paul Perkins gets 14 yards in the first down here. Look at the offensive line down the field to the second level getting blocks. These young pups, they really don't know what they're doing, but they're doing it well. And right here, a terrific job pass protection. And Brent Hulley's going to take off running. But look at them. They hustle around. They knock people down. Get down the field and help your guy right down there. So look at the big guys down there trying to get an extra block. Terrific job by Hundley there, 25 yards. Adrian Clem, their offensive line coach, has done a fantastic job with these young guys up front. Playing at Austin, hostile environment, on the road, as loud as it is, just giving up 1 sack in the first half.
I think they're also playing very well on defense, particularly in the secondary. Marcus Mariota's thrown for less than 130 yards the first half, and this is a young man that's averaging well over 350. On the other hand, Oregon is used to scoring a lot of points. You wonder about Coach Helfrich. He's never been in a close game before. All of a sudden, you're at home, things become a little bit different.
This is the first time since last season against Stanford that the Ducks haven't had the lead at halftime. We know how that one came out. Perhaps a little drama in the second half. Great first half between the Bruins and the Ducks. Look forward to the second half coming up. Got a game going right now on ESPN2, Missouri. People saying, oh, show me, Mizzou. You keep beating up all these teams that don't have any of their players. Georgia had half its team on injured reserve. Florida, 2. Marcus Murphy showing them. 11 yards. Jadeveon Clowney couldn't quite get him on the grounds. He came all the way across the field.
All the way. Great effort to even get there.
I agree. No question. Here on a 3rd and 8, this was after a Mike Davis fumble on the goal line. And I mean, Davis has just flat dropped the ball twice. It's killed South Carolina on drives. And LaDamian Washington takes it from Matty Mock. Does that get you out of jail on 3rd and 8, Mayday?
Absolutely, big time.
14-0, Missouri on top of South Carolina. They'd virtually wrap up the SEC East with a win. Penn State and Ohio State. Here's Braxton Miller. Firing it to the outside.
Where's the Penn State defense?
Devin Smith.
The deep pass.
But Smith went underneath, got it close. Now, they ruled that touchdown initially, and then they said, no, you got to run it in. So Carlos Hyde does. 7-0. Right now, Penn State was threatening, but Ohio State's got the ball back. Oregon's dealing with some drama, not so much for Alabama. I'll tell you why Alabama was aggravated, and apparently so too was Florida State.
The new Buick LaCrosse is available with technology that continually monitors your driving environment, so you can breathe a little easier. The new luxuriously innovative LaCrosse from Buick.
Degree antiperspirant does more for you, so you can do more. Only Degree has motion sense, activated by your movement. The more you move, the more it protects. Do more. Degree, it won't let you down.
Go to degreefootball.com for your chance to win the ultimate football fan trip to New York.
Wake up. The future is upon us. Who will define it? Who will defend it? Who will explore it? Who will celebrate it? Who will change the world and change themselves in the process? You will. This is the University of Oregon.
People don't choose Can-Am because of TV commercials or because we're friends online. They simply go for a ride to compare for themselves. Hundreds of thousands have taken a Can-Am test ride, and more are choosing us over the others. Go to comparecanam.com and see what they have to say. Better yet, ride one for yourself. For a limited time, get a $1,000 rebate plus 3-year extended warranty plus great financing. Can-Am, the ride says it all.
Changes in the way dishwasher detergents are made can leave dishware cloudy, and consumers everywhere are disappointed.
Here's some good news. Introducing OxiClean Dishwashing Booster. The power of OxiClean supercharges your regular detergent. See how it makes this copper pot look like new. OxiClean breaks down stuck-on grime detergent alone can miss, so dishes are cleaned the first time. Stop wasting time and money rewashing dishes. OxiClean Dishwashing Booster. Clearly better. It's in the dishwashing aisle.
Welcome back to the Buick Halftime Report.
Tennessee didn't say the word Alabama this week. They called them the red team.
Whoops.
That irritated A.J. McCarron, who said, for them not to call us by our name, he said, we're two-time national champions. We're not just anybody. He said, we wanted to score as many points on them as we could. So first drive, end quote from McCarron. Amari Cooper had 162 yards against the Vols last year, went 54. Then McCarron Lou finds Kevin Norwood.
Just a great throw here. He has so much poise. He also has a lot of talent around him.
Tennessee got down big early. It's 28-0. They were trying to get something on the board. You want to see a rising star? Mayday, Landon Collins is a rising star, pick 6.
Outstanding job of playing the ball, watching the quarterback's eyes. Now right here, he's patient, waits for his block, then he accelerates again and takes it in for the score. 83 yards for the Tide.
45-10. Alabama destroys Tennessee. It was 35-0 at halftime. Florida State, North Carolina State. Florida State was aggravated too. Here's how Jameis Winston dealt with man coverage.
Terrific job, Jameis Winston, right here off the play action. Now look at Kelvin Benjamin right in the middle of the field. It's a deep corner right here. Now watch. He's got to hold it for the ball, but a terrific job. He identifies the defense. It's one-on-one coverage, and he goes to a 6'5" wide receiver, Benjamin.
So they tried zone against him.
Well, what he does, he looks at it, he said, hey, that's quarter, half. What he's going to do, this receiver on the inside will come down, break out, and consequently, watch the receiver at the bottom of the screen. And when that happens, you cannot play the defense or the receiver from outside in. And this is just a great throw. But that's the flaw in the coverage. We see it week after week where the defensive back is on the wrong side to take away the post route.
292 for J-Boo. And by the way, Lou says this every week. We're watching games 3 or 4 times. There's that coverage again, and there's another post for a touchdown. Johnny Drama turned into Johnny Football against Vanderbilt. He had 10 for 10 on his first drive, and he's kept pitching it around the yard. Found Mike Evans. Evans had a couple of touchdowns in the game. Didn't quite have 100 yards. It's all right. Manziel was spreading the wealth a little bit. Johnny, 305 and 4 touches, 56-24. A&M gets it going after the loss to Auburn. Louisville coming off the loss to UCF last Friday night. Teddy Bridgewater against a team, by the way, USF somehow was leading the American Athletic Conference despite the fact that they've allowed opposing defenses to score more touchdowns against their offense than they've actually scored on offense. Gerald Christian, the Florida transfer, would haul in another touchdown pass from Teddy. As Teddy put up good numbers. Teddy Ball Game, we like to call it. If you get Johnny Football, you got to have Teddy Ball Game too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Young man has great poise, strong arm, throws a beautiful spiral.
344, 3 touchdowns, 34-3, no problem. Eastern Michigan taking on Northern Illinois. Jordan Lynch, he set a quarterback record, single game quarterback rushing record last week with 316 yards rushing. He only had 99 yards rushing, but he threw for 223 more and accounted for 5 more touchdowns. As Northern Illinois keeps their BCS busting hopes alive by taking apart Eastern Michigan, Jordan can also catch it, Mark.
Yes, he can. Nice job in the trickeration here and a terrific cut to bring it back inside. Look at all those defenders on him. He still takes it in the end zone.
They have 4 touchdown passes, ran for 1, caught 1. There's another of the tosses. Kid's a baller, 16 out of 20, 223 yards, 59-20. They remain undefeated. So here are the quarterbacks and the numbers they put up among the Heisman hopefuls.
Well, my top 3 guys right off the bat, Jameis Winston, Johnny Manziel, you got to throw him in there, and Marcus Mariota, even though he hasn't been sharp in the first half, but watch for the second half.
And my guy isn't even on there, and that's A.J. McCarron, quarterback from Alabama. All today, 19 out of 27, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 national championships, and quarterback of an undefeated team this year.
Don't call them the red team.
Well, I tell you, I just think the guy's fantastic, but Hundley's having a great half.
Yeah, they were talking Heisman for Hundley until last week, and he had a good first half, tied at 14.
Can I take your order?
Yeah, can I get a cheeseburger, please, and a...
You said cheeseburger?
I think I have the window seat.
You better double check that, my friend. Don't think we don't know who you are.
Yeah, I'm Aaron Rodgers.
No, that's not it. You're that State Farm discount double check guy. Discount double check. Thanks to the hundreds you saved us, we could upgrade the grill class.
Grill class?
Your tongs are in your seat back.
Save with the discount double check today.
Discount double check!
Get to a better state. State Farm.
BNY Mellon combines investment management and investment servicing, giving us unique insights, which help us attract the industry's brightest minds, who create powerful strategies for a country's investments, which are used to build new schools, to build more bright minds. Invested in the world. BNY Mellon.
The atmosphere in the locker room before our team takes the field is electric. It's emotion. It's just like an unletting of pure passion for the game and emotion. It's an exhilarating experience. Every game you play is the biggest game of your life. I don't care if you've been doing this 30 years like I have. Every time you walk on that field, it's like the first time you've ever done it.
Pac-12 Networks. Find it in your area at pac-12.com.
This halftime report is presented by the new luxuriously innovative lacrosse from Buick.
Texas Tech undefeated going into Norman. This is the first real test for Deep V's team. Cliff Kingsbury's done a great job. How about a little matchup, a senior against a freshman, Eric Ward against Zach Sanchez?
Great throw, great catch.
Davis Webb found him. Veteran, helping him come back. Stoops explaining the error of young freshman's ways. It's now 21-17. Jakeem Grant.
Nice one-handed grab. Takes it in for the score.
Guns up as Jakeem Grant puts Texas Tech up 24-21. But Oklahoma comes right back with some trickeration. Reverse! See, Lou, you didn't recognize it.
No, I did, but I'll tell you what, I would have recognized this. This is a great run. Get some great blocks down there. Going to go in untouched.
Lou, you lost contain of a Colton Best who just kept running around all over the place.
Strictly offense.
That was a 35-yard touchdown. He ran about 135 yards.
Matter of fact, most of the people on this set are offensive.
Blake Bell to Trey Miller. Oklahoma by just enough. 38-30. Wake Forest in Miami. Just over 4 minutes to go. Wake Forest, Tanner Price. You know, it was 67 years ago to the day when Wake had last beaten a top 10 team on the road. And there goes Dominique Gibson. And the Demon Deacons have the lead 21-17. But Miami comes back. For the third straight game, Mark, Miami found itself down by double digits at some point in the game. Came back to win the game. And now Miami goes to Tallahassee, where College Game Day will be next week to take on Florida State. Still undefeated is Oregon and Byron Marshall. Right now, they are getting a challenge from the Bruins. 14-all second half, not too far away.
Love drama? Tag a friend in that old photo.
Where's her busy ear?
Hate drama? Go to Cars.com. Our dealership reviews help you get the right car without all the drama. Cars.com. All drive, no drama.
Are you settling for the same old, or are you making it the original with Pizza Hut's $10 any pizza deal? Any pizza, any size, any toppings, delivery, dine-in, or carry out. Just ask for or use promo code 10any. We all have a choice. Make it great.
I need some candy.
Ooh, house down the street has full-size candy bars.
Adding it to our route. Glad I decided to trade in our old phones.
Seriously, even a dog. Wait, guys, we've got to stay away from 32 Elm Street. He's a dentist. He's giving out floss.
Weirdo.
Getting new treats. That's powerful. Verizon. Trade in your old phone towards a new one, like the Samsung Galaxy Note 3 on America's most reliable network.
Delta Touch Duo technology for your kitchen and bathroom. Precisely in tune with every touch. See what Delta can do.
Hold on, man. Is that a leak up there?
That's a drip. Now that's a leak. And if you don't have Allstate Renters Insurance, game over.
Combine your renters and auto with Allstate for as low as $4 a month. Call an Allstate agent and get a quote now.
This is the Quicksilver Cashback card from Capital One. It's not the juggle a bunch of rotating categories card. It's not the sign up for rewards each quarter card. It's the no games, no messing around, no earning limit having, do I look like I'm joking, turbo boosting heavyweight champion of the world cashback card. This is the Quicksilver Cashback card from Capital One. Unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere, every damn day. Now tell me, what's in your wallet?
This halftime report is presented by the all-new Buick Encore. The next big thing in luxury is small.
Monday Night Football, Seahawks and Rams, 8:25 Eastern Time. You'll be able to see Russell Wilson take on the Rams, who've had some injury problems. World Series going on right now. RBI singles in the first by Matt Holliday and Yadier Molina against Jake Peavy. So the Cardinals with a series tied at a game apiece with a 2-0 lead. They're in the top of the third there. Brett Hundley had a tough day against Stanford last week. He's been good in this one. Thomas Duarte scoring. Second half for Monson is just around the corner. A Pac-12 thriller going on in Eugene.
The age of the oversized luxury car is about to give way to a smarter, more nimble breed. Introducing the Buick Encore. Clearly, the next big thing in luxury is small. Buick Encore is J.D. Power's highest-ranked subcompact CUV in initial quality.
It's not always easy being the exception. The square peg. They'll tell you you don't belong, that it's not your place, that it'll never fly. But here, you learn you have a choice.
I got my PhD in neuroscience.
You can listen to those voices.
Thanks very much.
Or you can leave them all speechless.
Hundreds of thousands have taken a Can-Am test drive. More and more are choosing us over the others. Go to comparecanam.com and see what they have to say. Better yet, ride one for yourself. See a dealer now for great offers.
Changes in the way dishwasher detergents are made can leave dishware cloudy, and consumers everywhere are disappointed.
Here's some good news. Introducing OxiClean Dishwashing Booster. The power of OxiClean supercharges your regular detergent. See how it makes this copper pot look like new. OxiClean breaks down stuck-on grime detergent alone can miss, so dishes are cleaned the first time. Stop wasting time and money rewashing dishes. OxiClean Dishwashing Booster. Clearly better. It's in the dishwashing aisle.
Hundreds of thousands have taken a Can-Am test drive. More and more are choosing us over the others. Go to comparecanam.com and see what they have to say. Better yet, ride one for yourself. See a dealer now for great offers.
We're at Autzen Stadium, Eugene, Oregon. The high-flying and unbeaten Oregon Ducks host the UCLA Bruins in a Pac-12 showdown. So a quick turnover, and the Bruins come up with the football. A fake, and the quarterback takes it in for the first touchdown of the night. A fake punt right away, rolling up the middle of the field on the fake punt. And a break by Marshall, end zone ahead. Put up 6 for the Ducks. Fire slam, touchdown, Thomas Duarte. Welcome back to ESPN's College Football Prime Time, presented by Hampton Hotels. Do not adjust your TV set. Those numbers are accurate. And for the first time all season, the high-flying Ducks are not leading UCLA. And remember, the Bruins get the ball to start the second half because Oregon wanted the first possession of the game. How'd that work out? They fumbled and the Bruins scored. So back deep, Stephen Manfro at the 4-yard line. 25-30. And he'll be down about the 31-yard line. Remember, you and I were talking at the half, amazed, obviously, at what's happening. Too many mistakes for Oregon.
Yeah, I mean, second play of the game, offensively, they turn it over. UCLA is a big underdog on the road. That's exactly what they needed. And Brett Hundley with 3 freshman offensive linemen, I think he's done a great job of managing things on the offensive side. And also, let's give Jim Mora a lot of credit for bringing his team as an underdog on the road with a big chip on their shoulder. Another half to go, though. Let's see how it goes.
So Hundley keeps it and gets no more than a yard. Let us check in down below with Heather Cox. Heather?
Well, Jim Mora talked a lot about the run. He said our run game is giving us confidence, and our defense's ability to stop Oregon's run has been huge. We're swarming, but we can't miss tackles, need to keep our shoulders squared. And guys, I heard something very interesting up the tunnel. Miles Jack turned to his coach and said, man, he's fast. And Coach said, who, Thomas? And he said, no, Marcus.
Yeah. Jones breaks a tackle and gets close to a first down. And, Heather talked about the running game.
She sure did. And that play towards the end of the first half, Mariota ran away from Miles Jack. That's probably what he was thinking. Oh, my gosh, is he fast? But UCLA's been very effective on third down. They're 6 of 9 tonight.
Make it 7 of 10, Herbie.
Yeah.
And now they put the ball in the hands of Malcolm Jones, and he's a 225-pound senior, a pretty strong fella.
And because of that running game that Heather was talking about with Jim Mora, it's put them in more of an opportunistic opportunity to move the chains on third down. Third and manageable, 3rd and 3 to 5, as opposed to being in 3rd and long.
Yeah, so Stanford was able to conquer that defense in the second half. A quick strike off a play action to the outside. Mazzoni.
Speaking of Mazzoni, Noel Mazzoni, the offensive coordinator, he is known as a high-flying risk taker, throw the football downfield. There's a good look at him. He's come in here in the past as Arizona State's offensive coordinator, but who would have ever thought that out of his first 43 plays, 33 would be runs?
And it comes back on 2nd and long, and Perkins is the running back. So here comes one of those third down passing situations.
It sure does. And there's still always that zone read opportunity because of the way Hundley can make such good decisions, and because of his power, he can break through arm tackles. So you still have an opportunity, even though it looks like a passing play, he can still run the football here.
Manfro and Perkins will stay in that backfield, and perhaps one of those young men will pick up one of the rush men in this. Let's see what happens here on 3rd and 5.
Oregon disguising the pressure.
Now they're going to run for it. They're not going to get it. Thought they could fool them, but they did not.
No. Oregon might have been anticipating that, but it affects field position. I mean, they moved the ball to midfield, and early in this second half, that's important to be able to control the field position and give your defense a chance to pin back this Oregon offense.
Covington, Addison's back deep. Fair catch is the signal. Runs up and makes it at the 19-yard line. So the Ducks will have it there. Marcus Mariota, Heisman Trophy candidate, but only 11 of 18 in the first half.
Goodyear knows there are times when you need to get out at a moment's notice. When a map can't tell you where you need to go. And you need to get there on road or off. That's why everything we learn making tires for expert drivers inspires what we roll into the new Goodyear Wrangler with Kevlar. Goodyear, more driven.
All right, if you're thinking about getting a new truck, you're probably thinking about fuel economy. Well, you're going to want some torque to go with it. Because unless you're using your truck to deliver pizzas, you ain't getting anything done without it. Torque is power. It pulls trailers, hauls dirt, drags boulders. Torque is what gets the cap off your beer. And only the Ford F-150 with EcoBoost has the best combination of torque and fuel economy. Think about that. This is the 2013 Ford F-150.
So Ally Bank has a Raise Your Rate CD that won't trap me in a rate.
That's correct.
Because I'm really nervous about getting trapped.
Why is that?
Could Mark go get help? I have my reasons.
Look, you don't have to feel trapped with our Raise Your Rate CD. If our rate on the CD goes up, yours can too.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Don't feel trapped with the Ally Raise Your Rate CD. Ally Bank, your money needs an ally.
Since they redid their house, she hardly ever visits. She says, Ma, why don't you come over here? Well, maybe I would, if the place weren't so strange. There, I said it. Even the kitchen, it's like a museum. I'm afraid to touch anything. Whatever makes her happy.
Some people want more out of life, and we insure the things that make more possible. Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com.
Tomorrow, the chase for the Spring Cup hits the home stretch, and Martinsville's next. Jimmy's the new leader, and now the contenders are chasing him, and at short track he dominates. Martinsville, tomorrow at 1 on ESPN.
NFL Sunday tomorrow at ESPN, 10 a.m. 3 hours with Boomer and the gang. They'll have all the stories from around the league. Then at 11 a.m. on ESPN2, catch fantasy football now. Latest news, injury reports, and predictions for the top fantasy performers. First down and 10. Marshall is the running back, and they use Huff flaring to the outside. And again, the Bruins are ready. When they come to the outside, and that was Sermons, the corner over there, making the tackle.
Senior out in space. They talked about fighting off of these wide receiver blocks. Oregon does a great job with perimeter blocking with the receivers. He fights through the potential block from Keenan Lowe and makes that play. That was a big-time play there on 1st and 10.
Second and long. Marcus fires quickly. And he's got the first down, I believe. Addison with forward progress. Let's see where they mark it.
And it looks like they're going to give him the first down. And again, against this style of offense, you make a great play. There's just no time to pat yourself or your teammate on the back. You got to get back in position and be ready to go because Mariota keeps attacking. They keep the foot on the accelerator the entire game.
Marshall swinging around the left. And he picked up a couple of yards and no more. There was Jordan Zumwalt, the senior from Huntington Beach, California, who has had himself a physical football game tonight.
Zumwalt and Kendricks both in the middle. If you want to find the football when Oregon runs it, watch 35 and 6. They're all over the football.
Second down and 8. Marshall again. Stopped short of that first down. You mentioned Kendricks. He was helping to seal it up. Goforth was there. Zumwalt also in on the tackle.
It's the first time we've seen Oregon doing a pretty good job of getting to that second level. Tyler Johnstone, the left tackle, getting out on Zumwalt there to help out.
They go 3rd and 1, and they jam Marshall. They blow that play up, and there is Zumwalt, number 35 again.
You got 4 linebackers, Anthony Barr, Eric Kendricks, Jordan Zumwalt, and Miles Jack. This might be the best group of linebackers, definitely in the Pac-12 and arguably in the country as a group.
Oregon now they're going to send the punting team out on the field. There was a 4th and 1, and the offense was standing out there waiting. But in the end, they're going to send the punter out.
Remember, they faked a 4th and 14 early in this game from their own 26.
So the Bruins have 3 linebackers looking at the possibility on 4th and 1. But they'll punt it away. Fair catch. Signal 4th, the 25-yard line, and that was Evans for the Bruins. UCLA football when you come back. Yes, we're tied at 14.
All right, if you're thinking about getting a new truck, you're probably thinking about fuel economy. Well, you're going to want some torque to go with it. Because unless you're using your truck to deliver pizzas, you ain't getting anything done without it. Torque is power. It pulls trailers, hauls dirt, drags boulders. Torque is what gets the cap off your beer. And only the Ford F-150 with EcoBoost has the best combination of torque and fuel economy. Think about that. This is the 2013 Ford F-150.
Here's to being one of one. A true one of a kind.
Like a child, this Cree LED bulb could be in your house for decades. Unlike a child, it'll pay for itself and spend its life saving you money. And it will never pierce its tongue. The Cree LED bulb.
Go, go, go! Whoa, whoa! Battle's over. We got our PlayStation 4s a while ago, got here early. You should have been there.
Play the future first. Grab a Taco Bell $5 box, and you could win a PlayStation 4 before it's released.
Uh-huh. Honey, I got this. We got this, right? Dry cleaning done. Gift for your aunt. Done.
Today we're going to be talking about your body after baby.
Yep, we're done. Okay, let's get some lunch. Yes! All right. Yes, honey, all natural, everything. Done. Ah, I forgot to check. Done.
On your phone, online, on the go. Wells Fargo makes it easy to get banking done.
ESPN College Football Primetime. Brought to you by the 2013 Ford F-150 with EcoBoost, and Dr. Pepper, always one of a kind.
2 top 25 games in the state of Oregon, 47 miles away. This will finish up the night. Stanford, number 6. What a job they did last week against UCLA. Kevin Hogan and the Cardinal will face off against Sean Mannion and the Beavers. That's right after us. So right now, deadlocked at 14, UCLA and Oregon. Perkins is the running back. Brett Hundley, the Bruin quarterback. Perkins swinging over to the right behind a couple of those freshman linemen. Buckner with the stop for the Ducks.
Nick Aliotti, the defensive coordinator from Oregon, prides himself on playing a 2-gap defense, meaning you put a lot of pressure on your defensive linemen and linebackers to be able to defend the run, and then you can keep your numbers, big numbers, to the pass game. But I think they've got to commit more numbers to the run game and force Hundley and this young offensive line into passing.
Let's see what they come up with here on 2nd down and 8. Fuller goes in motion. They're going to flare it to him. Basically a run play, and he is short of the 30-yard line. Patterson, the safety, coming up to make it. Did you see Nick Aliotti up there in the booth? On his feet. But did you notice one thing? Do you remember when we discovered all that water in those bottles? He's got an endorsement. Look at that. Look at that.
That's helping.
He's got it facing out there toward. Wow. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 6 now. That's Perkins over to the right side, looking downfield. It's Hundley. Stripped, ball stripped, and it is recovered by UCLA, and that's Benenoch. Caleb Benenoch, the freshman from Katy, Texas, after big Tony Washington stripped him.
Yeah, Washington gets around the corner and knocks the football loose right there. Washington is kind of filled in for Dion Jordan, who went off to the first round of the Miami Dolphins. Does a great job on 3rd down and getting the pressure. Oregon disguised it. Looks like they were going to blitz and then pulled out of it, and still Washington gets home.
This will be good field position for the Ducks. Addison makes the catch at the 42-yard line. Deadlocked at 14. Watch Washington battle in with a big right arm.
All right, if you're thinking about getting a new truck, you're probably thinking about fuel economy. Well, you're going to want some torque to go with it. Because unless you're using your truck to deliver pizzas, you ain't getting anything done without it. Torque is power. It pulls trailers, hauls dirt, drags boulders. Torque is what gets the cap off your beer. And only the Ford F-150 with EcoBoost has the best combination of torque and fuel economy. Think about that. This is the 2013 Ford F-150.
Rated teen.
It's all still with me. PlayStation.
Go.
I know I won't make it, don't know what to do. They say that love is easy, but they must have forgot you. Oh, she's a dog, yeah, things are fun and clean, but 21 months will not agree. A second date, love, oh, my mind is all washed away, all away.
This is the best party ever. That is an understatement. Hope it's cool we sit at the bar. The other tables look taken.
These are the best in town.
This is our apartment. Our apartment. Weird name for a restaurant. More chips, please, waiter.
Tostitos, Cantina Chips, and Salsa. Real restaurant taste, wherever your party's at.
Customer Aaron Swenson ordered shoes from us online, but they didn't fit.
Customer's not happy, I'm not happy.
Sales go down, I'm not happy.
Merch comes back, I'm not happy. Use UPS. They make returns easy. Unhappy customer becomes happy customer. Then, repeat customer.
Easy returns, I'm happy.
Repeat customers, I'm happy. Sales go up, I'm happy.
I ordered another pair.
I'm happy.
I'm happy.
I'm happy.
Happy. Happy. Happy.
Happy. Happy, happy.
I love logistics.
Monday Night Football, Seahawks, Rams, 8:25 Eastern on ESPN.
Herbie, let's take a look at tonight's Good Hands play brought to you by Allstate.
Well, Tony Washington gets the pressure, gets around Beninock, the right tackle, the true freshman, and just throws his right hand there. And the Good Hands play from Allstate compliments of Washington with his right hand to knock the ball free.
We haven't seen DeAnthony Thomas here in the second half. Marshall has been getting all the play. There's a quick slant to Huff. They finally get him going, and he's to the 45-yard line for the first down.
They blitzed that linebacker, Zumwalt, who they've been doing it all night, and it opened it up right behind it. Good read and getting the ball out of his hands quickly.
Good response to that blitz. Now on a first down, they get it on to the outside, and that's Addison. Short of the first down, he's forced out. Herbie, you and I have been talking about the UCLA freshman, and I mentioned that this is the 18th true freshman to play tonight, Sean Questerberry, and that establishes a UCLA school record. 18 freshmen have played this year for the Bruins. Second down and 3 now. Marshall got the first down to the 32, and you got to wonder now, DeAnthony Thomas has not seen the turf here in the second half. They've come back with Marshall.
And Marshall, you know, he's had a great year. He's averaging 7 yards a carry coming into tonight. This is a big series for both these teams, considering the ebb and flow of this game.
Going to run Marshall again. And he gets just across the 30-yard line. Marsh is there for the stop. Cassius Marsh.
Byron Marshall has a great future. He's a bigger back than you're used to seeing here in Eugene when you think of Kenyon Barner and LaMichael James. There's a true freshman here, Thomas Tyner. Also can get in there from time to time. Another bigger back.
Second down and 8. Mariota, and a beautiful cut by Addison. Into the red zone after that reception. Braylon Addison, the number 2 receiver on his team behind Huff.
He left Zumwalt in his shoes here. Zumwalt's right there. Whoop, you got to make a play in space. He gave him a leg whip on the back end, and he still was able to get around it.
First down and 10 in the red zone.
And Mariota sees the blitz right there. He's pointing to Adams, who's lined up as a nickel back. See if they hold with the pressure right here. He showed it on the quick count, and Mariota's making some adjustments. Let's see if Adams backs out.
Huff is in that backfield along with Marshall. Let's see if they motion him out. They do. That occupies the would-be blitzer. Mariota downfield, incomplete, and Addison, and there's a flag. They may have been holding him.
Anthony Jefferson, the safety. Adams went out with the receiver out to the flat. There was a crease in the defense. Anthony Jefferson, all he could do was hold on to Addison, or that was a touchdown.
Pass interference, defense number 23. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul with an automatic first down.
Watch Jefferson here.
And right here, he just holds on to it with his right hand because the ball's going to be thrown down the field. It was opened up because Adams, who I talked about maybe coming on a blitz, he went out into the flat with the running back. It opened up a nice lane there for Mariota.
Now Tyner, the freshman, is the running back. And here comes Huff back onto the field. So he will line up there. First and goal for the Ducks.
Tyner's 215 pounds in that backfield confusion. They got to call a timeout.
Yeah, clock was starting to run down, everything. And so they will
first of the half.
burn a timeout here with the score tied at 14. But Oregon with a first and goal when you come back.
There is a place where pioneers go. A place inspired by the pursuit of knowledge and the athletic ideal. 12 universities, 111 Nobel laureates. More national titles than any other conference, by far. This is our blueprint for excellence. It's what makes us the Conference of Champions.
Welcome back to Dr. Pepper's Road to the Conference Championships. And in the Pac-12, the team that winds up with the best regular season record hosts the championship game. And it was a couple of years ago when the Ducks hosted UCLA in that game, and it was Rick Neuheisel's last game as coach at UCLA. And now Rick's son is one of the backup quarterbacks on UCLA, Jerry Neuheisel on the sideline. So here is first and goal. Fumble on the snap, and the Bruins say they've got it. Barr comes away with the football. Anthony Barr.
And a bad snap from Oregon. I don't think Mariota ever had his hands on the football. It was a low snap, and it's off to his down on the rolled back to him. Mariota did the best he could to try to come up with a one-hopper, and there's Barr with his quickness in that backfield in a hurry. Great awareness, and picks it up, and another Oregon miscue here.
They were first and goal at the 5. That's their second fumble. Now let's see what Hundley and the Bruins come up with. Jones will be his running back. Running to the left.
UCLA
He gets out to about the 15, Herbie.
More than content. You're seeing a lot of motion. From time to time, Devin Fuller, number 7. That time it was Darren Andrews, a true freshman. A lot of that is just to be able to distract the Oregon linebackers and safeties. More than content running the football and taking 3 or 4 yards at a time.
2nd and 7. Coming out from the shadow of their own goal. Now it'll be 3rd down and long, and that was a fine play by Ekpre Olomu. Ifo Ekpre Olomu from Chino Hills, California. You say that quickly, Herbie? Ekpre Olomu.
Ekpre Olomu.
That boy.
Thanks, man. Well, he's one I've got. How about him chasing down a zone read from behind? He's not even supposed to be a factor on that play.
And all of a sudden, it's 3rd down and 7 for the Bruins.
Disguising their pressure.
Try to throw it downfield if he can, or take off. Short of the 1st down, forced to punt. Good defense that time by Oregon.
Nick Alioti's done a lot of different things on 3rd down. He's disguised pressure and come late. Shown pressure and dropped. This time he shows pressure. Rushes 3, drops, covers all the receivers. Hundley tries to pick it up with his legs, but Oregon does a good job of keeping their eyes on the quarterback.
Covington will punt it away. Caught at the 45, and he picks up another 5 yards and lost a shoe. Lost his left shoe. There's Addison.
Oregon's had a lot of opportunities to put a lot more points on the board. This is the 2nd play of the game. A fumble by a big hit by the combination of Miles Jack and Eric Kendricks. Gave the ball back, a block punt, which eventually led to UCLA putting points up on the board. A missed field goal at the end of the 1st half. Here a bad snap. Anthony Barr ends up recovering it. But UCLA goes 3 and out, and Oregon does get great field position back again.
And of course doesn't count as a turnover, but it might as well be when you have a punt block.
That's right.
1st down and 10. Mariota snaps it off to the right, complete to Darrell Hawkins, his first reception. Big 6'4". Ball comes loose and free out of bounds, but I think he was stopped, wasn't he, as we check in down below with Heather.
You guys were talking about the fact that we haven't seen DeAnthony Thomas yet in the 2nd half. I thought I'd let you know he hasn't received any medical attention. He's engaged. He's got his helmet on right on the sideline, looking like he's ready to enter when his number is called. So far, it just looks like a coach's decision.
2nd down and 3.
That's interesting.
And the running back was stopped short of the 1st down. There's Marshall.
But there's been talk this week that he has been cleared and able to play as far as the doctors and trainers are concerned for the last few games, and just elected just to make sure he was 100%. Coaches are making sure he's 100%, it looks like tonight.
3rd down and 1. And Marshall picks up the 1st down. He's to the 34-yard line. Pretty nifty runner when he gets in that hole.
Zumwalt came in, the linebacker right in the middle. He felt that he was locked up and held on to it. I think he has a pretty good argument there. The center, Grassu, just held on to him, but Oregon gets that 1st down.
Play action. Mariota, perfect throw to Marshall. What a beautiful pass. He led the running back on that flare so he could catch it in stride. Sermon's making the stop, but watch this throw.
And watch the amount of time that he has. It's actually a broken coverage out there in the flat, and Oregon outflanks UCLA and picks up huge yards.
1st down and 10. Marshall, 5. End zone, touchdown, Ducks lead. Maldonado on for the extra point. (21-14). And it was a result of the Oregon defense holding after that turnover on the 5-yard line, forcing a 3-and-out, good field position, and the Ducks strike for the go-ahead touchdown.
Jordan Zumwalt has been so involved. He's right here. He walks up late, and look at the lack of defenders over here from the UCLA defense. I think there was a little bit of confusion in the hurry-up that Oregon had. It made it very easy for Greg to get up and pick up a block. There's Keenan Lowe, the wide receiver, number 7. But there's nobody over there other than Anthony Barr. Miles Jack comes over a little bit late, but just not enough bodies.
Finally, the Duck goes to work.
He's got his ball cap on now.
He's dead serious over there. Even the Duck is sponsored. Darren Andrews goes back deep. The wide receiver here for the Bruins. That's the 7th time that he's kicked it out of bounds. I can't remember the time that I've seen a college kicker with 7 out-of-bounds kicks. Let's check in with Reese Davis. Reese, I can't believe it.
Got to be sound in a kicking game, Brent. Dr. Pepperton conference update, Big Ten. Ohio State is laying a whipping on Penn State. Chris Fields catches the touchdown pass from Braxton Miller. Fields has 8 catches all season, 5 of them touchdowns. It's 28-0.
And as a result, kicking it out of bounds, the penalty brings the ball to the 35-yard line. The Bruins need some offense, though. They've been stymied the last couple of times they've had the football. Adjustments by Alioti. Hundley takes off on first down. He's got the first down near midfield.
Yeah, it's very important, and I think you'll see Noel Mazzoni, even though they're down, you don't need to have any urgency at this point. Kind of stick to your guns. We've been seeing them throw the football on 1st and 10. A late blitz by Boseko Lukumbo off to the left. UCLA did a nice enough job to give Hundley enough time to recognize that, step into the pocket, and when he makes up his mind up, he picks up big yards.
Perkins runs away from the blitzer that time on first down. Hardrick ran that fake punt for 66 yards, makes the stop, the linebacker number 48.
Zone replay has taken some of the pressure off of the offensive line and feeling like they have to push this veteran Oregon offense or defensive line and linebackers back. It's just a simple read for the quarterback and running back.
2nd down and 6. Huntley keeps it again, jammed up. Got jammed up with the blocker that time and couldn't get anything out of it. And Malone did a very good job for the Ducks.
Remember, this Oregon defense, folks, is still growing. They lost Dion Jordan, Michael Clay, Kiko Alonso, some great leadership and great production. So this defense also being tested tonight by UCLA.
3rd down and 4. Time. Strike. First down. Beautiful protection, and Evans, the number 1 receiver for UCLA, picks up the first down.
Talk about how important accuracy is here. Very tight coverage, maybe too tight a coverage that time by Mitchell. But he puts that football on a line in a hurry and gets it in there to the bigger receiver, Shaq Evans.
And that's his first catch of the night, Herbie. There's that flare to the outside. They use that basically as a running play. Ortiz over there, well defended. Patterson for the Ducks.
Again, they love to get the ball out to the perimeter as fast as they can. Is something to just give the defense another look. It's not just the zone read. It's not just the inside running. It's the quick perimeter passing and then occasionally taking a shot. They've got to continue to mix up their looks and not allow Oregon to just lock in on Hundley in this running game.
2nd down and 13. Hundley crushed. Armstead rolls in.
Pressure's going to come over from this side right here. The left side, the left tackle misses. You can see the running back just gets overwhelmed by a much bigger and faster Lukumbo.
3rd down and 20. This is what the Ducks want Hundley in, his third and forever. As we've come to the end of the third quarter. We were tied at 14 at the intermission. The Ducks fumbled once going in, then got the ball near midfield and struck for the go-ahead touchdown. But the Bruins still very much alive in the Northwest.
Only 4 races left in the chase. Next up, Martinsville. Tomorrow at 1 on ESPN.
Ugh. Why does she pack these things? I ate one by accident last time. And we won. It's good luck. But it tastes like a dirty old tree branch. What the heck is quinoa? But this is for first place.
What is that, a loofah?
It's a quinoa.
Bud Light, for the fans who do whatever it takes.
On November 1st,
We're gonna have a bachelor party in Vegas.
Archie
Listen, Pop, your only job is to relax.
is doing it his way.
My son.
The doctor said no drinking, no strenuous activity. We get plenty of rest.
Everything's spinning. Oh no.
Las Vegas.
Calm down. I'm at the church retreat. That was the Holy Spirit getting into people.
Rated PG-13.
I love having a free checked bag with my United Mileage Plus Explorer card.
I've saved $75 in checked bag fees.
Priority boarding is really important to us.
You can just get on the plane and relax.
Having a card that doesn't charge you foreign transaction fees saves me a ton of money.
We can go to any country and spend money the way we would in the US.
When I spend money on this card, I can see Brazil in my future.
I use the Explorer card to earn miles in order to go visit my family, which means a lot to me.
Okay, ladies, grab a knee. I got somebody I want y'all to meet. He's a real leader, and he's gonna help us turn this thing around in the second half.
Affleck. Affleck. Affleck, 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 Affleck. Affleck!
That's what I'm talking about!
Affleck. Affleck.
You feel me? Yeah! Bring it in!
If you get sick or injured, we do everything we can to help you get back in the game. Aflac, an official partner of the Heisman Trophy.
People don't choose Can-Am because of TV commercials or because we're friends online. They simply go for a ride to compare for themselves. Hundreds of thousands have taken a Can-Am test drive, and more are choosing us over the others. Go to comparecanam.com and see what they have to say. Better yet, ride one for yourself. For a limited time, get a $1,000 rebate plus 3-year extended warranty plus great financing. Can-Am, the ride says it all.
I talk big, right? And at the dealership, I was trying to hold my own, and it's kind of tough. TrueCar really took the anxiety out of the car buying process. When you use TrueCar.com, you get a certificate, and it shows you a fair price. I felt confident going in on my own and closing the deal on my own.
TrueCar makes it a lot easier to go in by yourself.
I don't need to bring a dude with me.
When buying a car, get guaranteed savings and a hassle-free experience. Visit TrueCar.com.
Welcome back to Dr. Pepper's Road to the Conference Championships. Jim Mora. And Herbie, you agree with me. He has changed the culture at UCLA. Doing a fine job.
Yes,
Outgunned here tonight, and he's still within 7. Faces a very difficult 3rd and 20 as we start the 4th quarter. Hundley looking downfield. Intercepted at the 30-yard line. Picked off by Patterson. Patterson to the 39-yard line with the return.
You just don't want to turn the football over there. The ball's at midfield. It's 3rd and forever. At the worst case, you throw the ball away. The second time tonight we've seen Hundley make a poor decision in a crucial moment in a game. First, it was deep down in Oregon's territory. This time, not recognizing Avery Patterson, who's disguising his coverage, kind of in a robber situation. Just sits back and reads the eyes of Hundley, gets in his passing lane, and makes a critical interception for the Oregon defense.
And now the Ducks could be in business. They're at the UCLA 39-yard line, and number 6 still missing. It'll be Byron Marshall. And he'll get the call on 1st down. Crosses the 35-yard line on that first down carry.
UCLA has relied on their defense to come up with a lot of big plays. And on this drive right now, they not only need to stop Oregon, they need to come up with a big play. They need to try to get the ball back to Hundley.
2nd and 7. Marshall thrown back.
Just active, athletic, running around. They wanted a gang tackle. They wanted to swarm the football. Mission accomplished.
Well, we saw Barr down there talking to his teammates. He had the defense around him.
That's right.
It's a defense that plays with an attitude. But sometimes speed will beat attitude. First down, Ducks.
You know, it's one of the few times they lost leverage on the football. You can't let the ball bounce. You've got to be able to contain him in here. They lost leverage and gave him some wiggle room to the outside, and that's why he picked up the first down.
Ball inside the 28-yard line for Oregon. End around. Addison. Gonna look like he wanted to throw off of it, and then he's finally out of bounds. And Mariota over there was the lead blocker on the play, but it looked like he was looking downfield for a receiver.
He had his big tight end, John Munt, sneaking behind the backside of the UCLA defense. He was open for a moment. They ended up being covered, so he had to run the football.
Kendrick's being tended to here, Herbie.
Of course, last week he had an issue with his kidneys. He's questionable this week, but has had a good enough week of practice where the coaches let him go. You can see that rib protector and protecting his midsection, and also in the back you'll see that same thing where they're trying to do everything they can to keep him out on that field. He's a leader of this team.
So that means Savianaya will come in. Savianaya is number 44, and guess what? Another freshman out of Honolulu. We'd be looking at another Honolulu youngster on the other side of the line of scrimmage. That would be Marcus Mariota, who went to St. Louis High School. A school that turned out many great players for Lavelle Edwards and Brigham Young back in the day. First down burst this time for Thomas Tyner, the freshman. Did they go back to number 6?
That's exactly where Kendricks just left. I mean, right in the middle of that defense. And that's where Tyner ends up getting the big yards.
And again, they go to Tyner, and guess who's back? Guess who is back for UCLA? A lot of heart on this defense with Kendricks checking back in the game.
Well, he is in pain, but he knows he needs to be out there to try to help this team, help his football team out. This is a critical possession, obviously.
2nd and goal. Mariota. Touchdown, Addison.
We've seen Hundley make some throws, and this gives you an idea. Man-to-man coverage. Braylon Edison just going to set him up to the inside, get to the outside, and the position of the football. It's a great route. Poor coverage that time by Adams, but the ball is thrown where it has to be, and Adams never had a chance. Good timing there between the quarterback and wide receiver.
And that's Mariota's first touchdown pass of this game. So for the season, folks, 20 touchdown passes and no interceptions.
I'm knocking on wood.
Did I jinx it? Ducks rolling
here. No success is overnight. It's about working harder and smarter. It's the culmination of a million decisions. It's where you see yourself going and how you choose to get there. The 2013 GS. Our boldest response ever. There's no going back.
Why is it better to get what you want now instead of later?
Because you don't want to wait to eat your raisins.
You don't want to wait to eat your raisins?
No.
Why not?
Because they'll turn into grapes.
Not sure that's the way it works.
Yes.
Are you competing for cutest kid right now?
Yes.
And what place are you in?
Kindergarten.
That's adorable.
It's not complicated. Now is better. And AT&T is the nation's fastest and now most reliable 4G LTE network.
Real. A belief that what's most important is underneath us all. That's how Jockey started in 1876, and we've been innovating for athletes ever since. New Jockey Sport underwear is designed for the everyday athlete. Get real odor control. Get real cooling. Get real quick drying. Lab tests prove it. Get real. Jockey Sport.
These are not your typical preppers. They don't have homes. They have invisible, mirrored fortresses. They don't have hidden rooms. They have escape tunnels.
Is that wide enough?
Yeah, barely.
They store supplies in steel tubes underwater. They build the world's fastest bulletproof, fireproof ATV.
It is a beast!
Step up the prep with a new season of Doomsday Preppers, Tuesday at 9 on the National Geographic Channel.
Sunday. Time now for the exclusive unveiling of the BCS standings.
Our experts break down the national championship picture.
Wow, we got some controversy already. This is going to be fun.
BCS Countdown, Sunday at 8:30 on ESPN.
The Coach's Trophy presented by Dr. Pepper. That'll be awarded the winner of the Vizio BCS National Championship game played on January 6th, 2014 in Pasadena, just a few days after the Rose Bowl will be played down there. So big doings down in Pasadena coming up in January. Well, let's see if the young man, Matt Wogan, can keep this one in play this time. He did, a little short and back and fumble. Andrews, loose ball, picks it up again and goes down with it. So excitement on it.
It's an adventure every time Oregon seems to kick off. At least he put the ball in play, and the freshman Andrews comes in expecting a much deeper kick. At first I thought maybe his knee was down. UCLA ended up recovering it. So.
Yeah, I agree with you.
If they wouldn't have, it would have been a much different story.
Well, the Bruins now are up against it.
Now the offensive line really is going to be challenged.
Three true freshmen, and pass blocking is tough enough, man. They'll run Perkins. Pretty strong 8-yard run for number 24 there. And
Brent, we can't say
with the stop.
We can't say enough about these three true freshmen. Really, just UCLA overall, their effort to run the football. Last 2 weeks, it's not been pretty. Only averaging 61 yards a game on the ground. Tonight, 185 yards against the Ducks.
Nothing doing on that. Perkins assaulted and thrown back. Taylor Hart, the senior.
When you try to run a zone read, the worst thing, the kryptonite, is penetration. And Taylor Hart that time is not the man that he's reading and came in there. So as your quarterback and you're reading an in-man on the line of scrimmage and Taylor Hart gets penetration and ear holes you, that's not going to work out very well. It was one of the few times we saw them just overpower UCLA up front.
Rush 5 on Hundley. Middle juggled, incomplete. Fuller had a bit of a shot at that one. With Alioti showing so much pressure, that middle was wide open, and they just could not connect on it.
He's running away from man-to-man coverage. The ball's a little bit high. Hundley, again, has been sacked more than any quarterback in college football going back to the beginning of the 2012 season, and yet still seems to sit in there with great poise under pressure.
Addison awaits Covington's punt. Runs up for the fair catch at the 35-yard line, and Ducks will put it in play right there.
Day by day I'm making plans to get away. In the morning I'll be gone. In the morning I'll be gone. Day by day I'm making plans to get away. In the morning I'll be gone. In the morning I'll be gone.
Book and stay to earn up to 4 times the Hilton Honors points at Hampton.
Some things are designed to draw crowds. Others are designed to leave them behind. The all-new 2014 Lexus IS. It's your move.
What is it? What makes something smart? Is it the amount of technology? Is it the number of gadgets, buttons, and gizmos? We're led to believe that the more technology, the better it must be. But somewhere along the way, smart lost sight of its very purpose, which was to make life simple. More stunning, more intuitive, more human. Because smart is thinking about what's on the other side of the screen as much as what's inside it. Introducing the ultra-intuitive M-Series Smart TV from Vizio. It's beautifully simple.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Hampton Hotels. Feel the Hamptonality. And in part by the all-new 2014 Lexus IS. It's your move.
All right, Herbie. The truck is trying to stump us. Who was the lowest ranked team in the initial BCS standings?
Aflac.
I hear you, Duck. To win the national title. Now, Notre Dame was 5th last year.
I think I got it. I think I got it.
Okay, here we go.
You want me to say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to say Oklahoma.
You're going to say Oklahoma?
In 2000.
I'm going to say Tennessee in the first one ever.
98.
Yeah, okay, here we go. We'll find out. Truckers got us up in Tuesday. All right, here we go. Marcus Mariota. Marshall still in as a running back. Number 9 has been carrying the load here tonight. Nice 5-yard run on first down. Let's go down below now to Heather.
Well, you guys will see Eric Kendricks is back out on the field. He injured his back and kidney area last week. Now has an injured right shoulder. Was tested by the medical staff. Was in a tremendous amount of pain. Didn't have the same strength, but is back in.
All right, there's a first down pass, Heather. Somewhat trying to pull Brown down, one of the tight ends. But the chains will move now, and the Ducks have suddenly sort of taken command of this game, on both sides of the ball here in the second half.
And Mariota has been much, much more in command, running and throwing. He's 8 of 8 throwing here in the second half, 9 of 9 now.
Look at Marshall, step away. No wonder they wanted him on the field. Out of bounds.
And he picks up some great blocks by Jake Fisher, the right tackle, 75, seals the edge. How about that shake? That's Miles Jack, by the way. He's able to get around.
Marshall has rushed for better than 100 yards in all 5 straight Pac-12 games for the Oregon Ducks. That's a 26-yard game. Tyner now will replace him. Addison on the outside, and it is first down at the 14-yard line.
Mariota now 10 of 10. Soft cushion there, and Mariota recognizes it, gets the ball out to Addison. You know, if you look at Braylon Addison on one side, Josh Huff on the other, very explosive tandem here that the Ducks have.
Tyner.
All these backs in Eugene, they have that stop and go ability, the jump cut, the stop and go. And, you know, the Anthony Thomas is a great player, but if you're not able to play, they're going to get another guy in there. And the crowd's booing, but Ellis McCarthy, he's been battling through injury the entire game. Since the first quarter, he's been banged up, trying to play through. Looks like he's got something going on with his right leg. It's been wrapped up. LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, Thomas Tyner tonight, D'Anthony Thomas, Byron Marshall. That move right there. Stop on a dime, cut, heading the other direction. That's why defenses always talk about gang tackling.
Kendrick, of course, is playing in pain. Second down and 4. Bruins get the 11th man on the field. Adjust the defensive line on the fly. Second down and 4. Tyner short of the first down, so it'll be third down and short coming up. You know, you think about Mariota, and one stat is mind-boggling. He's thrown 293 consecutive passes without an interception. Go back to our Stanford game here a year ago. Last pass of the first half. That's his last interception. He handed off that time. And that will make it 1st and goal for the Ducks, who lead it by 2 scores.
He wants hurry up here. A lot of times the zone read here, a quarterback ends up keeping the football when they get inside the 5-yard line. Give it to the big guy.
2nd down and goal coming up.
It's incredible to think about that. I mean, it came into this game averaging 10 yards a pass attempt, 10 yards per attempt running the football, the only quarterback in the country. And then you go down and you think about the interceptions and the decision-making. It's A.J. McCarron-like. You know, A.J. McCarron gets on streaks like that, too. It's just those veteran quarterbacks who see the defenses and process the information so quickly.
Marshall comes back in. Busts into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks. They're now up by 3 touchdowns.
Remember, you talked going into the half, we're going to find out about Mark Helfrich and his leadership. This is the first time it's really been tested. I think we've got to give him and his staff a lot of credit, because you're right, this was the first time that they really had been tested when they faced some adversity and they took control of this football game in the second half, about to score their 21st point here in the second half and not allowing anything for Brett Hundley and UCLA.
And it's his call to go with Marshall and Tyner.
Sure is.
And not DeAnthony Thomas, okay?
Haven't missed a beat.
Well, ESPN is the home of the 100th Rose Bowl game, presented by Vizio. That, of course, will be on New Year's Day.
What's the point of an EPA estimated 42 miles per gallon if the miles aren't interesting? The Lexus CT Hybrid. Lease the 2013 CT 200H for $299 a month for 27 months. See your Lexus dealer.
There's still time to enter Allstate's Ultimate Road Trip Sweepstakes. One grand prize winner will head to the Allstate Sugar Bowl to watch the game with Kurt Herbstreit, and then on to the 2014 Vizio BCS Championship. Enter today at allstatecfb.com.
The aliens nearly destroyed us. We need minds like yours, Ender. Because of you, the invaders might leave us alone. Is there more us?
No. There's another way. Their thoughts, my dreams, all mixed together.
Ender! It's not safe!
We can't lose him. That's all that matters.
It's no longer a game.
Ender's Game, rated PG-13, in theaters and IMAX November 1st.
Are you settling for the same old, or are you making it the original with Pizza Hut's $10 any pizza deal? Any pizza, any size, any toppings, delivery, dine-in, or carry out. Just ask for or use promo code 10any. We all have a choice. Make it great.
Before Mike could see his banking and investing accounts on one page, before he could easily transfer funds between the two in real time, before he could even think about planning for his daughter's future, Mike opened a Merrill Edge investment account and linked it to his Bank of America bank account to help free up plenty of time for the here and now. That's the wonder of streamlined connections. That's Merrill Edge and Bank of America.
Only 4 races left in the chase. Next up, Martinsville. Tomorrow at 1 on ESPN.
Welcome back to ESPN's College Football Prime Time, presented by Hampton Hotels. 35-14, the Ducks. Oh, he's upset with us. We were both wrong. You had Oklahoma. I had Tennessee. LSU, when they defeated Oklahoma 21-14 in 2003.
Oh, okay.
That's Fuller on the wideouts. Big gap. Makes it to the 22-yard line. And let's check in with Reese Davis. Reese?
Brent, Sports Center right now brought to you by Ally Bank. Another game in the Pac-12. The nation's leading rusher, Kadeem Carey of Arizona, against Colorado, powering his way in. Remember, he gave the Buffs 366 last year. They've kept him in better control tonight, but Arizona's still up 24-13.
All right, Reese, thank you. And here, of course, Oregon has taken control 35-14 in a game that was tied at 14 at the intermission. 8:39 to go. Hundley.
At this point, Brent, you know, this is where UCLA gets into obvious passing situations. You and I have talked all night a lot about UCLA and Jim Mora. And the credit he deserves. This is a young football team heading in the right direction.
You know what's interesting also, Herbie, is we look at Huntley and fine defensive play over there by number 21, Patterson.
Well, getting off blocks out there is crucial. Patterson just read this in a hurry. There's a flag out there right where those blocks were made. There may be a hole trying to get Patterson out of there. Boy, what a good job of getting around Fuller and making that play.
Holding. Offense number 7. A 10-yard penalty. Second down.
So they'll back it up now. So Helfrich in his first dogfight for the first time as head coach, not ahead at halftime. And they have taken control here, 35-14.
Only 3 first downs tonight for UCLA in the second half.
Harley. That's complete, and that was Evans, his second catch of the night. And you can see that it was short. First down, so third down coming up.
Again, he's reading a lot of green jerseys in coverage. That's 8 defenders back there. Evans, give him credit there. That time just sat down there. Not a whole lot of space to work with 8 in coverage, but he found enough.
Ducks dominating the second half and the scoreboard. Incomplete, and it's 4th and 6.
A guy who has quietly had a great game is Lacombo, 25, outside linebacker. You know, he's one of the veterans. He's been around. They lost some great linebackers. They kind of look to see who's that next guy, and Lacombo has disguised his pressures and timed it up just right tonight.
Addison is back deep. He's going to make a fair catch at the 34-yard line. Well, remember, UCLA scored after a fumble and a blocked punt. So they had a couple of big breaks in the first half.
Sometimes you need a car when you don't have a car. And now with Enterprise Car Share, you can share one of our cars 24/7.
One low hourly rate covers everything, giving you the freedom to go where you want, when you want. That's the Enterprise way.
Degree Antiperspirant does more for you, so you can do more. Only Degree has motion sense, activated by your movement. The more you move, the more it protects. Do more. Degree, it won't let you down.
Go to degreefootball.com for your chance to win the ultimate football fan trip to New York.
Discover Card, how can I help you?
Oh,
You're real?
you know I'm real. At Discover, we're always here to talk.
Good.
Because I don't have time for machines.
Some companies just
don't appreciate the power of conversation. You know I like you. I like you too.
At Discover, we treat you like you'd treat you. Get the IT card and talk to a real person.
Rated M for mature. Have you ever been disrespected? Forced to follow orders? Would you rather break free and live by the creed of a pirate? Are you ready to fight for the freedom to do whatever you want? Are you driven by reckless desire? Calling the ruthless, fearless masses, willing to pledge allegiance to no one. Calling all who are ready to unite under the Black Flag.
Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Get 60 minutes of additional gameplay only on PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Visit WatchESPN.com or download the Watch ESPN app to watch ESPN live anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by Vizio.
Well, the Allstate bus is here, and it's time to enter the Allstate Ultimate Road Trip Sweepstakes. Go to AllStateCollegeFootball.com for a chance at a trip begins in New Orleans. The Allstate Sugar Bowl heads to the Vizio BCS National Championship out in Pasadena. Tyner, the freshman, picks up 8 yards on first down. Jefferson makes the stop.
If I'm the Anthony Thomas and I'm watching Byron Marshall have his 5th straight 100-yard game, and I'm seeing the true freshman Thomas Tyner run the way he's been running, I'm thinking about, hey, Coach, I promise I'm feeling a lot better. I'm feeling a lot better.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 2. Message delivered. Game tied at 14 at the half. We'll go with Marshall and Tyner. And there's a whole lot of Sunday folks pay attention to things like that. That's the little things that attracts attention.
Big thing.
You bet. 2nd down and 2 now. Tyner picks his way for the 1st down. And that was a stop by Savianaya. Savianaya, of course, came in when Kendricks was shaken up. We've got a penalty flag. You know, as you look ahead, if you're a Bruin fan, you got to be so confident about the next couple of years down the road.
Defense number 44. A 15-yard penalty will be added at the end of the play with an automatic 1st down.
That's Savianaya.
You're right, Brent. I mean, there are so many true freshmen out here playing on both sides of the football. They have up to 10 true freshmen on the defensive side that rotate in and out. We've talked a lot about those guys. The offensive line where 3 true freshmen played. But Jim Mora is changing the culture. He's recruiting exceptional players with attitudes that are the right place. There's still a lot to accomplish this year. It isn't just about the future.
You know, one of my scouting reports on Mariota would be he is a little bit, as he hands the ball off this time, and Tyner gets 9 yards. But back to Mariota. In one area, he reminds you of Andrew Luck, and that is as a student athlete. Folks, it was very difficult for game day and then for us to get him for a few minutes for an interview because he had labs to go off to. He is a true student athlete, and after his days in football, goodness knows what he's going to do with his degree. And Andrew Luck stayed at Stanford, of course, got that degree in architecture, and now it looks like he's got a career as one of the best young quarterbacks that we've seen in a lot of years.
And everybody you talk to, it's not just about his physical abilities, it's how humble he is and what a great person he is.
Absolutely. Picks his way. I'll tell you, when Heather Cox's eyes lit up when she found out that the family plays beach volleyball back in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
To get her in the rotation
Absolutely.
one of these months.
And Heather, tell us that anecdote about the Mariota family.
Well, it's not just that they play beach volleyball, which of course I love, but I think that's where he got his competitive nature from. He talked about playing 2-on-2 mixed doubles with his mom and dad, and that they were winning. He and his brother were beating his parents, and they were playing to 15, and then the parents wanted to extend it to beat him even more, and they said they've never let them forget it. I guess the boys ended up beating him at the very end, but it was nip and tuck the whole way.
That's awesome.
His mom, Alana, she didn't speak to the boys for the rest of the day. There's a handoff now to Tyner, fine-looking freshman running back. Got the corner to the 11-yard line. The Ducks may be putting up a BCS touchdown here, folks.
Yeah, they are continuing to try to get as many yards and points as they can. He just follows his offensive lineman around the corner. I'll tell you, Thomas Tyner, for a big back, he's got a gear that could surprise you.
Check back over to the sideline on this 1st and 10. Got clock winding down now inside of 5 minutes.
Nice block by 72.
I was so afraid. I'll tell you, the coaches call him Andre Y. Okay, and if it's good enough for the coaches here, it's good enough for me. That youngster must have 16 letters in his name. Down to the 5-yard line. That's the one question I went to ask the coaches. I said, what do you call this fella?
The big
72.
Oh, 72 or Andre. The big fella.
Look at that. There you are, folks. It's up to you, folks.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Good.
Take your best shot.
You notice
Come
I didn't say anything,
Come on,
right?
you folks in the saloons down there in Tallahassee still watching. Take your best shot.
So I just talked about Tyner. I'm the 72 is all Brent.
Andre Y, folks. Andre Y right there. Love him.
Man.
Second down and 5. Bringing the clock down. Tyner. Let's see where they spot this ball with that second effort. If they give it to him, he's got a 1st and goal down there. Let's see. No.
You know, with all the explosive offenses and these big scores, the BCS standings, it was important for Oregon. They took UCLA's best shot, but people were paying attention. And they're going to look at Oregon and compare them to Alabama. They're going to compare them to Florida State, 2 teams that were dominant tonight. Interesting to see where things fall tomorrow night in the BCS standings.
3rd down and 2. Tyner busts across into the end zone. Touchdown. Interesting early because with the week open, they were 3 touchdown favorites, and all week it went nothing but up.
And up and up. And the second half, it's continued to go up. Just a good job here finishing off this drive. And just something to remember in the Pac-12. And we'll see how things shake down. But if Oregon ends up getting to the Pac-12 championship game, looking at this UCLA team tonight, I still believe that they're going to be the team that could represent the Pac-12 South. Anthony Thomas excited to see them get into the end zone. There could be a rematch between a team like UCLA and Oregon right here in this stadium. And a lot on the table for the Oregon Ducks. And UCLA, maybe they learned some things tonight that could help them if they get another shot to take on this Ducks team in this same environment.
Tacks on the extra point, and let's take a look at our Discover Game Changer. Marcus Mariota along with Byron Marshall here, Herbie.
They have been a great tandem these last 5 weeks with Anthony Thomas on the shelf and Marshall with a big run. Over 100 yards again, 5 straight times. He's got 3 touchdowns. He's got a really just great power. He's over 200 pounds, so it's a little bit of a different feel. But Mariota has been outstanding in the second half. Has not missed a pass. Offense has been in sync. 28 points here in the second half now. Game was tied at halftime. The Ducks now getting worn out. Now, he was asleep earlier. Remember, he was taking a nap because his offense wasn't scoring.
Well, the Ducks, with touchdowns on their last 4 drives, have dominated the second. There we are now through 7 games. Oh, he was going to have an easy night here until the second half. I mean, come on.
He's got to stay in shape.
How about this new building that Phil Knight of Nike fame donated to his alma mater? It is, folks, one of the finest Herbie and I have ever seen. Here comes Fuller looking for a hole for the Bruins, and he's out to the 29-yard line. There's a penalty flag down. You'll sort that out.
That's reminded me of your house. I mean, it was elegantly done. The finishes were just
a couple more television monitors.
Unnecessary roughness, hitting late. Kicking team number 33.
I mean, spare no expense. That's the nicest thing I've ever seen.
Those are lockers,
That's
folks.
the locker room.
There's the numbers. Now watch here as he pulls down. That's Uncle Phil's locker, by the way, as in Phil Knight. And all the pads are stored up there to drain. And then they've got this great cafeteria. There's one of the players' lounges. Because ESPN was on all over the building. There's the 2 practice fields. Mark Helfrich with a strong performance with this coaching staff here in the second half. And this is Malcolm Jones.
We should mention, Brent, that when Chip Kelly left, you know, he really ran things on the offensive side of the ball. But Scott Frost now is the offensive coordinator. He's calling the plays for Mark Helfrich. Does a great job. And this offense, you know, without Chip Kelly here, they're still executing at a very high level. And I think the biggest thing is the continuity that was established under Chip Kelly was maintained because they decided to hire from within. So you still have Nick Aliotti on the defensive side.
Scott.
There's Scott Frost, who's been involved now the last 5 years. And they didn't, even though they lose Chip Kelly, they didn't lose the continuity because of the hire of Mark Helfrich, who's been here on this staff.
3rd down and 5 for the Bruins. Got the first down with Perkins. And of course, remember, 47 miles from here, it'll be Oregon State hosting number 6 Stanford. That's right after our game. Another showdown. Can you imagine 2 top 25 games, 47 miles apart in the state of Oregon, eh? Big night for Oregon football here with the Ducks and of course with the Beavers a little bit later. That'll be fun for everybody to watch. Minute 10 left, 1st down and 10. Herbie, you and I will hook up next week down in Tallahassee for the Miami-Florida State game. And so here we have seen the Ducks, and next week we'll take another peek at Florida State. Alabama. You know, you mentioned Alabama. Let me just say right now,
machine-like,
A.J. McCarron deserves more consideration on these Heisman polls than I'm seeing. I'm saying he has to win it. But I'm telling you, all he does is win football games. 40 seconds to go. There's that inside handoff to Perkins.
What do you think? It's just because he's not flashy with the way these quarterbacks today are throwing it all over the place?
Yeah, I guess.
He, quote-unquote, manages the game. How about he, quote-unquote, wins the game?
2 national championships in a row and headed for a possible 3rd, and he doesn't show on the top 5 of that one ballot?
I'm with you, Ben.
I don't get it. Plus the fact he'd like to have his girlfriend for the ceremony. Here we go now. 20 seconds. I didn't say that.
No, I hear nothing. I say nothing, I hear nothing.
Yeah, you run for the exits on me, don't you, kid? You're going out early. 7 seconds. Mark Helfrich and the Ducks do it.
They got challenged. Again, they took Jim Mora's best shot. And I think there's going to be a chance that these 2 teams meet again in the Pac-12 championship.
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. We'll see what happens. Of course, there's a lot of ball still to be played. Jim Mora and the Bruins, tough 2 losses in a row, tough 2 road games in a row. Stanford and Oregon, difficult, but they battled the Ducks, tied at 14 at the end of the first half, and then Oregon came alive.
Yeah, they can maintain the edge and attitude they played with tonight the rest of the year. There's a very good chance they'll end up here, but tonight it is Oregon's night. You could see Mark Helfrich telling the true freshman Miles Jack, wow, I'm going to see you for a few more years.
Yeah, indeed. Let's check it down below now with Heather Cox.
Thanks so much, Coach. Congratulations on the win. But this really the first time that you guys were tested. How impressed were you with the way your team responded?
I've said it before. I love these guys. I mean, they're they love to play, and we knew we were up against it tonight. This is a really good football team. They do a great job in every phase, and it was kind of just an absolute team effort. Had a couple of nicks and dings in special teams, offensively, defensively, but in the end, we just kind of, persevered.
How did you guys take control in the second half and shut down UCLA?
I think we just kept playing. This guy just kept making plays, and our defense kept playing. We were really close in the first half to create a bunch of turnovers, and those became realities in the second half.
And, Coach, we saw the return of DeAnthony Thomas in the first half with a touchdown, but didn't see him in the second half. How come?
He's a secret weapon. It's a secret.
You tell me that, then you'd have to kill me. Is that it, Coach?
Exactly.
All right, I'll see if I can get out of Marcus. Coach, congratulations on the win. Marcus, congrats. Now, we talked about the difference of the first half and the second half. What did Coach tell you guys when you went into the locker room tied at halftime that really sparked the second half?
Just take it one play at a time. Just win one play at a time, and eventually, you'll lead to being successful. And the defense did a great job tonight. They shut them out in the second half, and I'm proud of those guys.
What specifically did you do to help your offense really get clicking in the second half?
It was just the play calling. Coach Frost and Coach Helfrich really just kind of got us in a rhythm, and we ended up just executing, and it just worked out for us.
Describe the sense of if there was any panic or how you guys really responded to being tested. You hadn't gone into a locker room without having the lead all season long. What did you guys say to one another?
We knew that we have all the confidence in the world in each other, and no matter what happens, we understand that if we just take it one play at a time, we'll be okay.
Thanks, Marcus. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Heather, thank you very much. Great exchange about DeAnthony Thomas.
Secret weapon.
Secret weapon. I'd have to kill you if I tell you. Okay. The chase for the Sprint Cup hits the home stretch. Matt Kenseth and Jimmy Johnson, they lead the chase. They go to historic Martinsville Speedway. 4 races remain until NASCAR's best driver raises the Sprint Cup. Can Jimmy Johnson hang on? Tune in tomorrow to find out. Well, Herbie, what's your final thought here on the Ducks' 42-14 win?
Now, Oregon takes UCLA, a very good challenge early. The Bruins caught some breaks, gave themselves an opportunity to compete. But at the end, the Ducks just too much, too athletic, made the plays to win.
Mind everybody, Stanford and Oregon State coming up at 10:30 for Heather Cox, Kirk Herbstreit. I'm Brett Musburger. Hope you enjoyed the Ducks' second half rally. Now let's send it to the studio.
All right, Oregon took care of its business. Can Stanford do the same against Sean Mannion and Oregon State? Mannion is 8 yards short of 3,000 for the season. He's already thrown 29 touchdown passes. Both of those numbers lead the nation. A stingy Stanford defense trying to win and stay on Oregon's heels in the Pac-12 North. That game's coming up bottom of the hour. Also coming up on ESPN2, Devontae Adams and Fresno State take on San Diego State. Fresno State ranked 17th in the BCS, one of the 9 remaining undefeated teams and hoping to be the BCS buster. Glad to have you with us in our college football studios. Reese Davis, Lou Holtz, Mark May with you until the bottom of the hour, until Stanford and Oregon State kick off from Research Stadium in Corvallis. We saw Mark Helfrich after the game. It almost seems like sometimes Mark doesn't even have a pulse. You wondered how Oregon would carry on after Chip Kelly, how Helfrich would function as a head coach. Got his first challenge, and I would say he answered it well in the second half.
They did a terrific job of halftime adjustments, and Mark Helfrich's first time tested as the Oregon head coach. I thought he was cool as a cucumber, didn't make any mistakes. They just continue to roll on. They know it's sooner or later they're going to put points on the board. Their defense is going to step up. This is a very resilient football team, and I'm extremely impressed with Mark Helfrich as a head coach being tested like this for his first time.
And I tell you what really impressed me, not only the fact that the team stayed together, but the blocking schemes that they have. I've never seen a team run as many blocking schemes and present so many problems for defense. You wonder why they get so many big plays? People get confused. I get confused just watching them.
And it's so different, the attitude that you see on the sidelines. You don't see coaches screaming and yelling on the sidelines of Oregon. They're all calm. What they're doing is they're teaching and they're coaching. Some of the other sidelines, you look at college football today, coaches are screaming and yelling at the kids. You got to do this. These guys are like, hey, this is what we need to do. We're teaching here. We're coaching here. We're not screaming.
You have that talent on the sideline. I wouldn't scream at all either.
You know, the Oregon offense gets a lot of credit, and rightfully so. It's explosive. It's fun to watch. Nick Aliotti did a great job of halftime adjustments as well in defense. Second half, UCLA only had 58 yards, and they really got after Brett Hundley in the second.
They definitely did. They dialed it up in the second half, and it's all because of the defensive coordinator, Nick Aliotti, and the players that he had. And they were probably embarrassed the first half. They let UCLA run the ball down their throats for almost 150 yards. And here, pressuring the quarterback, Brett Hundley. Here's a strip right there. That's what you've got to do. You've got to make sure, make them one-dimensional. Get them behind in this game so you can attack them. Don't let them run the football. And they do a terrific job of getting to Brett Hundley, putting the pressure on. This offensive line has 3 true freshmen on it. You know what? We've got experience on our defensive line. Let's go attack them. Let's make them make the mistakes because we're playing in our backyard in Alton Stadium. Let's put the pressure on this offensive line. That's what they did in the second half.
I'm convinced those Nike shoes are fast. I mean, whether they're offense or defense, how they can accelerate to the ball is very impressive. They will present a lot of problems for anybody they play, whether it be Ohio State, whether it be Alabama, whether it be Florida State, or Baylor.
Oh, that's true. BCS comes out again tomorrow. Oregon was number 3 in the initial standings of the BCS. There was a lot of thought that if the Ducks took care of their business against the Bruins because of the computer rankings, might go up just enough to move back into that 2 spot past Florida State, being number 2. But there's a long way to go in the BCS. You mentioned Missouri.